What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Roundtable hosted by Hip Hop High Society, Episode 4. Today I am joined by the most prolific timeline on Twitter, Southside Gun. How you doing, brother?
Uh, Happy, doing great. Life is great, so can't complain, man.
I feel you. Also, today we got a special guest. We're going to do some interviewing here at the end and whatnot. A buddy of mine that I've been tapped in with for a while, chopping back and forth, messing with each other's music. I'd like to introduce you from Jersey, G Samuels.
Yes, sir. What's good, everybody? Peace. It's good to be here.
How was everybody's holiday?
I've been good, man. Just enjoying time with the family. I can't really ask for nothing more at this point, man. I've just been enjoying that special time I got with the family.
Yeah, I feel that. I know a lot of you guys know I'm in the woods half the year, so coming back home and kind of like re-civilizing right around Thanksgiving time. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of a shock. Like we went down to the Bay Area with my where my sister's at, and I'm a country bumpkin. I don't do cities, man. I'm out in the
Yeah.
sticks. That's where I like to be.
Yeah,
So going straight down there and having to deal with like a bunch of people, and she's down in the Bay too. So like she's in a healthy area. They got money where she's at. She got a good job and stuff. But then you cut up the block into town, and there's your high step needles and all that kind of stuff. But I'm back home now, just working out, running with the dog, doing my thing, and happy that I could be here to contribute because I've been tapped in with the project that D put together the whole time. But now I actually got the time to be here and do my thing with y'all.
Yeah, I would say for me, man, my holiday was cool. It was cool to be around family. I saw my little cousins who I haven't seen since pre-COVID. So they're all teenagers and getting taller. They're all almost all taller than me now. So it's kind of like, what the fuck? Time has been flying by. So it was good to see them. But I work in education, so I'm ready for this fucking Christmas break because these kids are fucking bugging right now.
I hear that. I think we're about to. What year were you born? You 92?
Yeah, I'm 92. Yeah,
Yeah. So we're the same age. We're starting to get to that
yeah,
age where you see young bucks driving around town with their kids, and you're like,
yeah.
damn, dude, I'm starting to get up there. My back always hurts.
Dude,
My knees are achy. Like I tell people I'm like a Buick. Like once I get going, I'm good, but it takes me a little bit to get warmed up.
oh shit.
I I know D. I talked to D a little bit ago. He might be popping in here shortly. We got a long list of subjects to kind of cover and hit on because there was that little hiatus because of the holiday and whatnot. Um, I got them lined up. I think we're just gonna get to the gritty Diddy stuff first, man. The I'll pop this up on the screen right quick. Y'all got that? Y'all see that?
yep,
There we
yes,
go.
sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Diddy's ex head of security is backing
Mm.
Cass on her claims and said it wasn't just a one-time thing. I'm still getting caught up on all this. Uh, I kind of don't really follow the celebrity mix-up stuff. The only thing that kind of makes me curious is why now? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, is it the dude Gene Deal that they talking about?
Nah, Roger
Because
Bonds.
okay, one of them, I don't know if it's him or Gene, but one of them asked Diddy for money to put like towards his kid's trial or something like that, or some situation his kid was in, like 100 grand, and Diddy was like, no, and he was like, as much money as I've seen you give to other people, you can't look out for me after I've looked out for you and for the last I don't know how many years. So I think it might be Gene Dale. That's why he's been talking crazy. Or not talking crazy, but leaking a lot of
They
inside
all
info.
been leaking stuff. It's just like, you know, with the question being just like, why now? Because it's like, you know, for your example, you know, they asking for something and they not getting anything in return, and they know all their secrets. So it's like, how can you not look out for me when all I've done my entire professional career basically was to hold in your secrets and look out for you and all that. And so with this situation, I mean, the biggest reason I can see why people are kind of like coming out with information is probably to clean their slate and to make it look like, you know, oh, you know, I didn't have any control over what he was doing. You know, he kind of had something over me, or, you know, I said something. I was like, oh, you know, I told him this wasn't a good idea, but he insisted anyway. So it's just they're trying to distance themselves from him. And it's like, nah, you were there, you seen the situations, you ain't step up and say something, and you knew it was wrong. So you trying to clear your conscience and make yourself look good in the court of public opinion, when in all actuality you ain't no better than Diddy, because you enabled this nigga to do all of the shit that he was doing in the first place. So while you trying to throw him under the bus, you look just as bad because you ain't stopped him or attempt to stop him from doing any of that heinous shit that he was really out here doing. So you know these people, they've been around this man since the 80s, 90s. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all been around this dude from the beginning, and y'all just not saying something. Come on, man.
And that's the best case scenario. If they weren't stopping what was going on, you can't tell me his security detail, if this was a thing that was really happening over a course of years, not stopping it is the best case scenario, because the other scenario is that they were also doing it too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just shady.
I had one of my cousins.
Go ahead, man.
I'm sorry, my bad. So one of my cousins used to date Diddy back in the day when she was in college, and her dad tells me this story, and she's told me this story too, about how he pulled her out of school. He made her go to a different school because of Diddy. He was like, I don't trust this nigga. So he's like, you're not going to Howard anymore.
Man. What was the name of that cat that used to hold Diddy's umbrella for him?
Oh,
Farnsworth Bentley.
Yeah. Farnsworth Bentley. I got to find him right quick.
Yeah, Farnsworth Bentley knew some things and got away immediately, because as soon as he got away, Farnsworth kind of had like his own individual career.
Yeah.
You know, they gave him his own TV show. You know, he had his old fashion line and things like that. Like, Farnsworth kind of got away from Diddy and kind of, I don't want to say like he kind of faded into obscurity, but he kind of just, he wasn't in the limelight as much. And a part of me feels like him doing the From G's to Gents TV show, because if people don't know, that's how we got Riff Raff. But if people don't really know about that, like, he kind of just was doing things to, I guess, maybe atone for some of the shit that he probably have seen. You know, again, I'm not saying that he saw anything like that, but, you know, you never know. He had a vision for what he saw in the world, which was good and helping out other people, and that didn't align with what Diddy had going on, because we see what type of mess he was on.
Yeah.
For real. Man, so what happened after that show? I haven't heard nothing about Farnsworth Bentley in a minute.
I mean, he was rapping. He put out he put like a mixtape out. That shit was hard too.
Was it?
And then like, because also he had the Everybody single. Honestly, like, his music kind of feels like a B-side Kanye or Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it's palatable. It's something that's not gonna, you know what I'm saying, be too much. It was. I like his music.
Yeah, it's just crazy. He dropped an album in 2011. I had no idea.
Yo, he's got one of Andre 3000's best verses. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, he.
Man, I forgot all about it, and then They had posted something, I forgot, on the timeline, and they said, what happened to dude that was carrying Diddy's umbrella? And I was like, yo, I forgot all about that guy.
Yeah, that's that mixtape right there. Colors, cool, outrageous numbers of uniquely raw style.
Oh shit, I remember this. Okay.
Yeah.
He has some good records on there.
I remember this cover. I'm gonna do some homework tonight.
Man, it's
wild.
Yep.
Whatever happens with this whole situation, man, I doubt Diddy's gonna face any serious ramifications other than the slander. You know what I mean?
He might have to leave the country, depending on how real it gets.
I mean, he might just have to pull a Russell Simmons and just go to a deserted island and then just wait out the jurisdiction and then just randomly pop back up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, yo. He dropped one of the hardest albums this year. That fucking.
I hate that. I hate that. I know he did. And I grade harshly. I get that shit an 8. I grade harshly. I give it an 8. That's how I know. I was like, damn. Like I was in that motherfucker whipping, listening to it, finna go give me some kava, give me some food. I'm like, yo, this shit is nice.
Hey, doesn't that bug you when like you hate listening to an album and you start it and you're like, man, I can't wait to see how bad this is gonna be, and then you end up playing the whole thing through and actually liking it?
Yeah, you know? I've been there. I've been there a few times. I've been there.
I'm gonna pop this off. Next up, we got some more shenanigans. It's
fuckery.
YNW Melly's mom starting an OnlyFans prior to this double murder trial.
That shit is a smoke screen. that shit is a smoke screen. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh yeah, right here. All right. YNW Melly's retrial for the alleged murder of his 2 friends and crew members is set to begin February. But in advance to that, the rapper's mother is rolling out something new of her own, an OnlyFans. Yada yada, Jamie King. Her ad is Christmas baby 305. Yeah, $10.99 a month. So two lattes a month. How
you see this
cool? How old is she? She got them
cakes. I'm gonna say she's 40.
She gotta be in her 40s, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say she's 40.
Wild.
Man,
I mean, she clearly works out.
I mean,
it's not fair how black people age, man. Us whites, we age like hot. We age like hot milk, bro. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? If I grow my beard out, I coach kids. I coach youth boxing, and if I grow my beard out and ask these little fuckers like, how old am I? I've gotten back 47, 51.
Damn.
So like, I gotta stay high and tight for it to even be like reasonable. But you know, I got some bubbas back in my hometown where I'm from, like. You know, their Uncle Rick, like I can't tell you if he's 35 or 72. I don't know the difference.
Right. That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, look, she gotta be in the 40s at least, which again is fine. But this ain't the same. This ain't the first parent of a famous rapper we done seen do some shit like this to I guess, in my opinion, to be initially a distraction, because it's like it ain't like you press for money or anything like that. Like you doing it for clout and attention, and you doing it again as a smokescreen. You taking the heat off of your kid because you know everybody eyes on them. So if you do some outlandish and crazy, it's like, oh, okay, well, you can basically take the eyes off them. Everybody focus on you, and it's like, hey, we all good.
Yeah.
What's good, D? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, my people?
Hey.
Chilling, man. I'm gonna hop on for a minute. I'm trying to do double daddy duty and all this other shit. But what's topic y'all on right now, man?
YNW Melly's mom's OnlyFans.
Oh
You
Lord.
have,
Oh.
yeah, you have to right into it,
every
man.
time.
I might
I'm
hop
sorry.
back off, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know what to say. You know what's crazy about the whole OnlyFans like thing going on, right? And I'm trying to be a little PG-13. I got a kid in the back, but like it's like, bro, you realize that this is consequences behind that, right? It's like you realize you can be in a cell with somebody, a celly with somebody, and they can pull up pictures of your mom's busting it down. You feel me?
Hey, that's
Like,
crazy.
you know,
That's
your
crazy.
ops. You know, this man just killed people, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, allegedly, right? And now all these people that you may be on the deck with, you don't know who in the deck with you, you don't know who in prison with you, in jail with you. Now they have access to your mom's private photos, bro. Like, you realize how detrimental, you know what I'm saying, that could be.
Yeah.
So that whole situation is crazy to me. You know, I didn't dive deep into it, but yeah, that's a messed up situation. I don't know what that brother gonna do.
Yeah, it reminds me of this
this
situation with something I seen where somebody tweeted how some kid was getting bullied because they done found his mom OnlyFans page.
Facts.
And like he had to like whoop everybody ass in the school and get suspended. But at the end of the day, it's like you can only fight for so long because like they gonna keep throwing that in your face. So it's just like in his situation, he locked up. They showing him that he might fuck around and it might be 2 double homicides in C block. You feel me? Like I don't want that to happen, but I'm just saying, like, let's be real.
Look,
Yeah.
how much alike they look in this picture right here, all the way on the right. That's gonna make it even worse if people are busting that out on their tablets on the inside, giving him shit about that.
That's
he's
crazy.
Yeah, man.
He's a little dude.
Giving birth at 14 years old is crazy.
That's what I was about to say. She's a kid.
That is,
she never got a chance to grow up.
That's insane.
Is he in Gen Pop?
I just became a dad.
He's what, 20 something? He's what?
Like that's
he's in his early 20s.
Insane to me.
It's crazy.
Wow. Like you still a kid, yo. Like
there you go, right there, all the way on the right.
And then you imagine like the being on the back of the. I seen some epic roast battles, bro, in school, bro.
Hey, bro.
Could you imagine this day and age, bro, where people, your moms and oh my, I couldn't imagine, huh?
Like it's one thing, she's already a young mother as it is. So it's like the way that she moves, she just moving the same way that essentially like millennials do, almost to an extent. Just carefree, gonna do what you want to do. You feel liberated in a way. And at the end of the day, she's still charging $10.99, bro. She making a bag. Niggas gonna pay $10.99 for that. I mean, that's a little excessive. That's more than what I pay to watch Peacock TV. But I'm just saying, somebody got it like that. Yeah. If somebody giving Ruby Rose $60,000 a month,
hey, it's still less than the 10 piece at Popeyes, though, bro. That's the fucked up part, though.
Hey. Yo, give him a biscuit, no Bev.
Who do you think running out of resources, though? Do you think it's him and legal running out of resources, or her sucking off his teeth running out of resources? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's both. I think
I was gonna say it's got to be both because he already beat the case once. Yeah. It ain't do nothing but just retry him again, which is still crazy. So it's like you can't get out, and he ain't had an opportunity to make no music. Yeah, ain't nothing going out for real. Cause let's be real, like Fetty Wap just dropped an album. He locked up, but that album was done before he got hit with the case. Mm-hmm. So it's like Melly didn't have nothing in the vault before he got locked up. Yeah. So there's no music coming out. The label don't really care. So ain't nothing to really pull from in terms of resources from him. And if his mom need money, like she trying to do what she can, but she probably ain't got it like that either, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if you look down here where it went, it looks like
you should pivot into tech.
Blueface's mom is doing the same thing too. This might be a new trend going on.
Blueface mom
Blueface.
just doing that for the attention though. Because Blueface
Yeah,
got enough money and attention. Blueface, what is that damn channel that be on all the goddamn time?
With that baddie shit?
Yeah, that's
I'm
whatever
not
channel
sure.
that shit on.
Yeah.
They stay lining his pockets. So it ain't a money issue with Blueface. She just want to do that just for the sake of having her own club.
Well, he's getting that. They cut him some big checks for the celebrity boxing shit too.
Correct.
You know, like they could. And man, this is one of my side quests. Okay, like if I happen to blow up, my next side quest is to lure some of these rappers into celebrity boxing matches.
And piece them motherfuckers up.
Man, we need a
I'm a damn
real-life
pugilist.
vendetta, man.
Yeah, I'm a lifelong pugilist. And when these you know, when the rap cats get on talking tough and then go beat up some dorky game,
Facts.
it makes me feel some type of way. You know?
Hey, we never got the Chris Brown Soulja Boy boxing match. What happened to that?
No, we did not. No, we did not. I just want to say for the record, Alabama just beat UGA.
It's over with.
Roll Tide.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Selection Sunday gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Roll Tide, roll.
All right, next up. Let me get this up. Young Boomer Tech, you guys, give me a minute. All right.
Boomer Tech. Dude, you're not even a fucking boomer.
I gotta say this. It's nice being on this side though, man. You know, some of the pressure off me. I get to chill, be a panelist. This is dope. You feel me? Start doing this more often.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
J. Cole. J. Cole's feature year. I've been a bigger fan of J. Cole's features than his actual music for a long time. And I think coming from something that kind of happens, like as someone who writes music too, is when these guys who come up kind of under the radar, but then start like getting heavy promo, and then they're just like the top of the heap. The backpackers feel some type of way, and they'll kind of be like overly, they'll overly critique people as they like make it. You know what I mean? And to see him come down and then giving features to artists underneath him, not underneath like worse, but still on the climb, and then just eating them alive. I kind of gotta respect that. You know, they had the ones they put on here on the list. Was one with Boss, Passport Bros. That's a great song. I'm a huge Boss fan too.
I like that record. Yeah.
Gucci Mane, There I Go. I mean, it ain't that hard to out-rap Gucci Mane, but as far as it was a real cool collab too, to get that blend of they just do different things, you know. Gucci Mane's a song maker. He's not out there he's not gonna give you no 16 that's gonna blow your hair off or anything like that. So I think that's kind of unfair to put that on the list because they're really not the same thing as far as creatively. J-Hope, this is a cool track. J-Hope puts out a lot of cool stuff. I've been listening to more of him lately. The one that's not on here, Burna Boy, this was a cool one. It's another one of the kind of simply Gucci Mane. It's more like of a Catalyst type of record, but it came out really good. The one that's not on here though, and Lil Durk, All My Life, that's, that song did numbers, dude. I don't even know where that's up to now, but
y'all wasn't feeling that track, bro. I did not like that song.
Yeah, I was just
kids love that shit.
That's too poppy.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, the kids fucking, like I said, working in education, yo. The kids fucking love that record. When that song comes on, that shit sounds like remember that Trick Daddy record? Where he had the kids in it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And then I'm like the biggest non-Drake fan there is. I mean, you could put Thugga up against Drake, and I'll say Drake got beat just because I'm a Drake hater. But that was a good song though. Like, I mean, Drake makes good music. Drake makes good songs. But the one that's not on this list that should have been was Johnny P's Caddy.
Oh yeah, dope track. Like that track.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Cole verse of all time. And they might have been. Let me see though. It might have been released in 2022.
It was last year.
Yeah.
It was last
there
year
you go.
because I had Benny the Butcher on my list in terms of that album altogether. I mean, that was a good album, but to me, I never really expected to hear J. Cole involved with a Griselda project ever. So to hear him be as versatile as he is, because he's got an opportunity to work with so many different producers, it's like, I could say, you know, he's been one of those top feature guys ever. It's like when I hear feature, it's like from Cole, it's like, okay, I know what I'm getting. Now, I mean, personally, my favorite Cole feature is from like high school, like Looking for Trouble. When he was at the very end of that song, that made me a J. Cole fan. Like, I didn't even care for his music up until I heard that verse, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna be a fan. I'm gonna listen. And I still didn't rock with his albums, but I could appreciate the skill and the hunger you could hear when he was spitting his raps. I was like, he got something. He ain't trash. He's spitting something, because this shit right here is fire.
Yeah. I like J. Cole when he's on that Vendetta vibe. When he feels like he's got something to prove. If you look back like at his last LA Leakers freestyle, or even at the Johnny P's Caddy, like people could say he was sending subs, not to Benny, because Benny's been about his shit. If anyone knows Griselda and like those cats from Buffalo, like they get busy. It's not, but like the whole thesis of that verse was rapping about people rapping about shit that they don't do. You know, so when he gets on that page, I really like it, because he's just rapping about rapping. And it's so this feature run kind of extends into last year too. I think the Johnny P's Caddy record might be the one that really kicked it off, because he dropped a project last year, but this year has been nothing but features.
Is the 21 Savage, the record he has with 21 Savage, was that last year or this year?
Yeah, I think it was like the fall of last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say, and Cole to me is one of those dudes who I originally found him kind of boring. I found him lackluster. I felt like he was trying to fit in a box, especially his early days with, you know, Rock Nation. I felt they tried to push him very commercially. You know what I'm saying? That awkward record he had with Trey Songz, where he was like, Trey Songz grabbing bras up. That was beginning of the downfall of Trey Songz too. He picking up women in the video and shit. But I felt like that was like forced. Yeah, that didn't feel like a Cole record. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until the 2014 Forest Hills Drive that I kind of like, oh, okay, this dude got that shit, man. He's spitting. Yeah. I feel as though like once he came into his own and he got comfortable in the industry and found his niche, that's when he took off, right? So now you're seeing the versatile Cole who can hop on verse with anybody, who could hop on a track with anybody. Whereas though I feel it's prior to that 2014 or 2013ish, I don't think you would have seen that version of Cole. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those people that had to face. He's like one of those raw draft pick, like NBA, like that dude that's athletic but ain't got the fundamentals and shit. But once they find their own and they lock it up, then he gone now, right? He's out into the wind. So to me, now he embraced that elder role too. You know what I'm saying? I think that's also helping him in his growth, where he feels though he has to be that state's elder, talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Although they may not get it. We just had that recent interview with that recent topic we had last podcast. We was talking about Soulja, and he was, you know, actually big up in Soulja, and then Soulja got mad about it. I mean, it was kind of backhanded. I don't think Southside liked it that
Nah.
But to me, he's embracing that elder statesman role where he's trying to reach out and build with the youth and, you know, talk to him. I think he was real, maybe kind of, you know, in hip hop, we have this competition thing. I know we got some spitters on the panel, right? You got that big competition thing, right? It takes growth and understanding to kind of grow into that whole, like, I'm gonna help this person along. I'm gonna, you know, kind of show this person how the industry works. I'm gonna, you know, do records with whoever to try to big them up. And I think you kind of got to grow into that role, because once you 21, 20, I'm trying to destroy everybody. Fuck that. You know what I mean? fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck everybody related to you. I'm hopping on this track and I'm destroying you, you know. And then you kind of got to grow into that. Okay, you know, let's a collab. Let's spit. Let me, you know, even when you writing, sometimes when you in the booth back in the day, at least you had to be in studio with cats. You hear people verses, bro. You be like, okay, let's get with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get busy. Let me write something else and counteract what you going and big up that track. So I think Cole had to grow into that role. So salute to Cole, man, though. He having a hell of a run. And I'm anxious to hear what other collabs he got, man. I want to hear that we're still waiting on the Kendrick Lamar and Cole album. It may not never happen, but hey.
Nah, we're not getting that, man. We just like how we not getting the Tyler and Earl collab album.
Yeah.
We ain't getting that shit. It's the hella collab albums that we not getting. We not getting the full reunion from Outkast. It's like it's a whole we not getting none of that shit. So let's just I know we want a fantasy.
I can dream, bro. Stop killing my dreams.
Niggas can dream. And look, the best thing you gonna get, you take his Untitled and you take J. Cole's first album and you get a DJ and you mix that shit together. And that shit will sound brand new. That's the best we gonna get. Other than that, we not getting no other than shit. You just gotta accept it.
Hey, you remember when we used to get tricked by those?
Like
back
all
when
the time.
First started happening. You know what I mean? It'd be a way.
Or motherfuckers would put their song up.
Shit. You're like, no way, and then you go listen to it. And you're like, man, it got me. But I mean, that shit's kind of played out now. But I remember when that like started getting really popular, and people have gotten so good at it, they can just kind of like fucking make a goulash now.
Yeah,
you know.
Soulja. That's why Soulja Boy's popular. He was fucking having everybody download his song on LimeWire and putting it as other people's song names and shit, which is crazy.
Nigga, first album was SouljaBoyTellHim.com. Like this nigga knew what he was doing. This nigga was not an idiot, bro. This nigga was a genius.
Really kind of beat that one. Go ahead.
I was gonna say what Southside Gun said. I love what like you brought up a great point. Like this J. Cole run, I think we enjoy it so much, like because he's not rapping over his beats. Like this is the first time where you do get to see him with different producers. He's with Metro. He's with what's his name? What is his name? He's got records with Jake One. Like I love
Jake One, man.
I need him and Conductor to make a song.
Conductor.
I need Cole on a straight Conductor beat.
It's coming.
I need to hear Conductor 2 times, and then just let this nigga rap for 3 minutes, and I'm good. I don't need a hook. I don't need nothing. Just give Conductor just make this man a beat, please.
Is he from Buffalo?
Cole's from
no, Conductor.
I don't know. I don't know.
From PA.
I think I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Cause Conductor producer.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's an East Coast cat.
He definitely is.
He's from the Mo. He's from Kansas City.
Interesting. Where the fuck did he come from?
Westside Gun just be finding everything, bro.
Oh, he's older too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's why. That's why everything sounds so mature when you hear it. Like it don't sound like nothing some young dude could just rap. Like
this just fucked me up. Like this is a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Nah, he's an old head.
Yeah. Oh shit. Wow.
Look at this. Look at this catalog.
Yeah. The catalog is crazy. His catalog is insane. Because he's done so much with Westside Gun. Yeah. But then you look into, like you say, you see Saint Bowley there with Tyler the Creator, and then you see now he's got mainstream attention because now he's got people like Drake calling him out. So it's just like, first of all, I just want to say that Frank Murphy song is ridiculous. I don't know if y'all heard that shit.
Yeah.
If you've never heard Frank Murphy, In fact, that whole album, go play it. However,
is that the one with the DC record, DC Coleman record on there?
I think so. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That whole record has a feature with Slick Rick and Busta Rhymes on the same song, and I said, bro, that's ridiculous.
I like Manchami. Manchami is hard.
Yeah, Manchami is straight. And
he is. He's clean, bro. He got one of those crazy one of those rhyme schemes, like those pun rhyme schemes where he just ties syllables. He rhymes sentences. You know what I mean? And that's something that I kind of aim to do when I write. But his cadence play is sick, man. And he's really slept on as far as that goes. Like he's one of those cats where like I'll listen to a song and then I'll listen to it like 3 or 4 times in a row just to make sure that I wasn't missing anything, or I was like really, because I like to study that shit. I like to count the syllables and like, oh, that's why he did this, and like the transitions with everything. So I really like his shit a lot. You can tell that he really he spends a lot of time with his pen game. For real. I really like him. But I wouldn't mind seeing Cole with like on a Green Lantern album or something like that.
Him and Alchemist.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say exactly what he said.
Green Lantern, even
Alchemist been on a run, yo.
Alchemist, yeah, that's a run.
I would say the last 3 years, Alchemist to me kind of has been probably the best producer in the game. To me, like this little 3-year run with the work he's done with Larry June, Mike, Earl, Vince, everything that he's essentially like, he started rapping. Larry got this man to rap. I didn't even know he had that in him. He got this man to rap and Rolling Loud. Like, what? I see this man grab a microphone. I'm like, oh, he about to just say something. No, like, no, the beat was still going and he started rapping. I'm like, yo, like, when did you start doing this, bro? Like, who are you? Like, I just realized, like, I just learned you was white, like, not that long ago. Like, you just started rapping. When
you know Alchemist was white, bro.
It took me a long, bro. When I found out he was white, I said, bro, what? Who is this man? It was a few years ago. It took me a minute to realize. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I didn't realize he had that in him. I was like, hey, man, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game.
But have you ever tried to make a beat, bro? Like, has anybody here like actually produced or tried to make like beats or something like that?
No, bro.
I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the patience for it,
man.
Like,
you have I can a highly intelligent nerd, you know, and not like bad, you know. I mean, in a good way, bro. You got to be really locked in to have that focus. So, like, the pen ain't nothing probably to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta have a special ear for that. Like, you have to know like what sounds good, and especially if you're one of those artists that's like making an exclusive project for one particular person, like you got to make sure shit don't sound repetitive, because you just got a whole bunch of your style of beats, but your style can become kind of monotonous because it's like, okay, here's another Alchemist beat, here's another Alchemist beat, here's another one. So it's like, you got 12 to 15 songs you trying to fit, and you got to make each one sound special from the next. So to do that on that level, and himself, you know, being nominated for Grammy, you know, being a Grammy nominated producer himself, like, bro, know what he doing.
Yeah, definitely.
What's kind of cool now too is like there was a stretch there where like albums weren't really the thing. People were getting all their momentum off just single. Like when Russ blew up, like it was just nothing but singles. And I'm one of those type of people, like I like to put on an album, and like I was a huge Jedi Mind Tricks fan. That was like one of my main influences when I was younger. And like one thing that they were always so good at was just like building a seance throughout the whole entire album, you know? And like I feel like it's kind of coming back to that, because with like Alk and Green Lantern and A-Rap music, a lot of those albums that they've been putting out this last year, especially with a lot of those Philly cats. I'm a sucker for Philly coke rap. It's really like starting to kind of pick back up where like people want to listen to an album all the way through. When I did that Spotify Wrapped bullshit when they were telling me like how I listen to my music, they were like, man, like you you listen to whole albums all the way through. Like I just thought that's the way you're supposed to listen to music, you know. But this was cool. I wanted to run through these real quick. It's Alk names his top 5 hip hop producers.
Of course, Premier.
Premier.
Yeah, Premier's
Large Professor.
You got DJ Muggs.
Is Madlib on here? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah,
Of course, Madlib would be on there.
Madlib
Madlib's
has
gotta
to
be
be
up there,
on there,
man.
bro.
That's another person that's been on a crazy run for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, Madlib is insane.
I'm also a huge Ninth Wonder fan.
Oh, shout out to Ninth. That's a little brother.
I can just listen to Ninth Wonder for hours on loop. Who else he got in here? Earl Sweatshirt. Freaking Earl Sweatshirt. I don't know if we'll ever see a good run out of him.
No.
I mean, it's gotta be tough when you peak at 16, man. Like that's a
I wouldn't even say he necessarily peaked though, but because I think that he just needed to have the opportunity to evolve because he kind of spent, you know, the first half of his prime essentially kind of in the shadows of Tyler.
So
yeah, he was little brother.
Yeah, and which is even more crazy when you consider the fact that people didn't even value him as not even the second best lyricist in the entire crew. Yeah. Because there are people who will willfully say Domo Genesis might have been the best rapper out of the entire group.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't sleep on people like Mike G either, because Mike G had his own flow and everything. So Earl, I wouldn't necessarily say he peaked, but when you look at the other names that he's mentioned with, like a Billy Woods and a Bodie James, and even a Larry June, because all those four just themselves, because Jay Worthy is great too, but all those four guys, like they all have their own specific way of rapping. But like, because for me, I could put on a Billy Woods album and like, I don't know where I am. Like, it literally feels like I've been transported to another dimension.
I've never heard Billy Woods.
His skill level, and just like how you say, you know, my comedy be rapping in sentences. Like, this dude, Billy Woods, will rap an entire MLA formatted essay in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and you like, this shit is insane.
With that crazy role too. He's nasty, man.
Like Earl's picking up those skills and skills from Mike, and then you can see there's like a lot of those tendencies that he's been picking up, and I think just being with Alchemist has just kind of like expanded his sound, because now he's just got that one producer that knows how to bring the best out of him. That's fair. I hope he just figures out whatever he needed to figure out to where he can like be consistent again with his music, because I've always loved Earl. And he was hanging in there with those cats when he was 15, 16 years old. I mean, there's a 3-4 year age gap between him and most of those dudes. Yeah. And that's a significant at that age when it comes to just having shit to write about. That's a chunk right there. Yeah. You know? I will say he doesn't have a bad album though. I will say no, it's not bad. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he had. I think by far though, I think some rap songs might be like his magnum opus. Like, I don't think he'll ever top what he did on some rap songs. Like, he can get close, but you can obviously tell as he's gotten older, his sound has evolved from what he used to make to what he's making now.
Yeah. I struggled to get into Earl. His music's too dark for me. It's just like the production is dark. The way he raps is kind of laid back and slow flow. And and everybody around me is like, yo, Earl. And I'm just like, I don't get it. And I didn't get it with Tyler either until Flower Boy. Flower Boy is when Tyler connected with me. And then I was like, okay, now I understand what everybody's been saying. I tried it with Cherry Bomb. Like, I tried hard to get into this shit. And I was like, I don't get it.
If you tried that Cherry Bomb, you tried it at the wrong time. That album was not the best album. Like, I can truly say, if you wanted to try to get into Tyler and just get a glimpse of what he had, I would have started with. I wouldn't even say Yonkers because Yonkers is clearly what everybody started with. But Wolf was the one where he kind of showed you like he can rap, but he can also be introspective. He can give you storytelling because he told a story throughout the entire album. But he gave you that wild stuff that you would expect on Yonkers, but he also gave you what you would see on Flower Boy 2 albums later, which was a lot of brightness, vividness, but still the same deep, dark messages thrown in.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever watch that show that they had on Adult Swim?
Oh, Lord Squad. It's on. Yeah, I watch it now still. Yeah. That shit's still funny.
I know
that shit hilarious.
What? I know my little cousin. He'll stream that all day long, dude. He'll just watch it. He lived with me when we were younger, right when it was like he was just a huge Wolfgang fan. Like that was his thing because that was his vibe when they were getting hot. He was like 15, 16, and he's a skater and like that's.
Well, they kind of innovative in that lane when you say because they kind of the blurred movement. They kind of innovated in that, made it cool to kind of be an alternative shit. I'm like my man G Samuels. I couldn't really get into the Earl. Like I could do singles, right? Yeah. I couldn't do a whole project, especially around that time because I was in the streets. I'm thugging, right? So that it couldn't appeal to me like that. But you know, I can get into a single here and there, but. I wouldn't say they bigger compliment to me is kind of putting that you know it's cool to be alternative on a pedestal to me. You know what I'm saying? Like they made that cool, that skateboarding, fucking dark comedy type of shit. You couldn't do that shit back in the day before in the hood. Like you know.
They made it cool to be yourself. Like they spoke to a generation of kids kind of like me who just was like who was into their music, who was into the shit that they was into. Like they made it cool just to be like, hey man, stop. You ain't gotta be, you know, all deep hip hop, streets and drugs and guns and stuff. Like if you like going outside and just skating, like go do that, bro. Like it's cool. Like you good, bro. Like don't.
You ain't gotta come. You ain't gotta be on Wick and then be fucking be middle class and be all right. And you know what I'm saying? Like
man, they made it cool like that.
Yeah. I salute them
for
that.
Crossover with that though too. Like some of the grimiest kids I ever grew up with were skaters.
Yeah.
You know? Well, skater kids got busy. Like tougher than a $2 steak. You know, I know a lot of skater kids that were just in the damn trenches all the time, and them just getting out there and skating with their ripped up shoes, not having anything to eat. Like that's the only thing that really kind of got them by. And then it kind of like mainstreamed after Wayne got into skating and stuff like that. Like there's other cats out there like Hobson that's got crazy big followings and is a skater kid. I had a Hobson phase for a while. Just you know, just because he's a good rider. You know.
What? You had Hobson phase, man.
Man, he gets a little bit too complainy for me.
Yeah,
you know, like, he's always complaining. I mean, as I got a Death Row shirt on, talking about Hobson complaining. If y'all remember all that saga, but you know, I did have a little Hobson face just because I kind of appreciate how he was like stringing together rhyme schemes and shit like that. You know,
but you got a musical ear. I think when you actually have done music, you listen to music a little bit different than the average person. You can hear the double entendres and the crazy wordplay and the, you know, the double meanings into shit. Like you listen to music just a little bit different than the most people listen to music, so you can appreciate a dude like a Hobson or them all the other alternative guys that maybe some people can't. Like I want to say Southside put me onto that. What's that one guy you got that wear the shoulder pads and all that?
My boy Tizo Touchdown.
Tizo Touchdown. Nigga from Beaumont.
You can't listen to Tizo if you don't have a musical ear.
Hey,
you gotta have a musical ear.
You got to. And for me, my first experience with Tizo was when I went to the Tyler Creator concert. So for me, I didn't know who he was. Like nobody in the crowd knew who the fuck he was at all. Because we saw Vince Staples was on the lineup, we saw Kali Uchis was on the lineup, but we saw Tizo Touchdown, but we didn't know who the fuck he was. Dude came out with the Cat Williams silk press, and he was wearing a jean skirt and a jean jacket, and he had a white dude. He had with a damn chainsaw running back and forth on the stage. But what I will say is, it wasn't hip hop, but you could tell because it was basically rock music, and I love rock music. So everybody in the crowd is just like, we vibing. Like we don't know who his dude. We don't know who he is, but we all in there vibing right now. So if you can appreciate somebody like Tizo Touchdown, it's like, yo, talent.
Talent
Buddy,
shows the only place you can get that shit off at.
Buddy's from Texas, isn't he?
Yeah, Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah, okay.
That's crazy. I thought he was East.
Hey, funk is funk, man. That kind of stuff just translates. Like, I'm a huge blues fan. Like I could listen to Gary Clark, Charlie Crockett. Like, it's probably about 60-70% of the stuff I listen to. So like that crossover is really common. Me and my homie were talking about this earlier. I think like real hip hop heads kind of absorb the widest plethora of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you got guys that are into like 80s rock, 70s rock, and that's kind of all they listen to. Like, you don't really get that kind of musical diversity more than people who are like real hip hop heads. Because I don't know if you guys saw that reel where Meth was talking about when he wrote Method Man, and he was talking about how he came up with all those schemes. You know, like, hey, you get off my cloud. He's like, that's Beatles. He's like, I took that from the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he took some other stuff from Fleetwood and Hall & Oates and stuff like that. And I think he was on Drink Champs, and they were just like, whoa. And he was talking about it, like, in order to really like set yourself apart as in the hip hop industry, you're going to have to like blend in more influences than just hip hop, or else you're just going to end up sounding like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big problem these days, right? Big problem these days. I think everybody sounds the same, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only that. It's like you got this whole wave with like these fucking white YouTube rappers, the hibbity hooplas, dude, where it's just like it just rhymes.
Hooplas is crazy. Hibbity hooplas is crazy. That's definitely what Eminem said in 8 Mile. Please don't. I know.
Hey,
that's exactly what it made me think.
I hear a word you
I'm not
said.
A hater. I'm not a hater or nothing like that, but like anytime one of these fools come up on my IG, that kid Gone, or even Dax is black, but I think that's a skin suit. But anytime they put out something that's just like that machine.
Wait, is Dax the CIA kill Pac bull?
No,
who's the person that's like CIA is the one that killed Pac or something
Vivid.
like that?
That's Vivid. He's a That's Vivid.
Huh? That's crazy.
That's that little
Dax the black dude. He like makes country
Dax.
music. Okay, yeah.
No, he makes rap music, but it's just like
I know you're talking about. Oh, did he make that truck song? It's not that dude. Who's that? I gotta look him up, man. I think I know.
You're talking about Breland?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Don't touch my truck. That dude.
Yeah. That's who he made me that.
You'll find him, but like sometimes I comment on those stupid 1 minute freestyle machine gun flows they do, and I just write hippity hoopla and hope that somebody like me gets it and gets a chuckle out of it, because that shit drives me crazy.
Yeah, here's the
thing,
when the Busta Rhymes thing was going viral, that whole like I can repeat the "Look at Me Now" verse, which was the wackest phase of me.
Here's the thing, man. There's a huge difference between rhyming and rapping. They're not the same thing.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cats out there that can rhyme, but they don't rap. They don't say a single fucking thing. And then there's a lot of people that rap like it's just too complex for people to catch. So like trying to be able to blend the two and making it palatable. Some of the best battle rappers can't write a fucking record to save their lives.
To save their life.
You know what I
mean? Surf.
They can't stay on beat either. Be whooping their ass.
I think the only one that's actually had some like moderate success. Well, I mean, you got Sci-Hi was a battle rapper, and he's one of the most underrated pens involved. Yeah, Sci-Hi was a battle rapper for sure.
I remember that.
Cassidy, Sci-Hi. Who's that little white Canadian dude?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Mad Child.
Yeah.
Locksmith. If you're familiar with Bay Area music, Locksmith was a cat out of Richmond, and he's had some pretty good independent success, like making actual music. But you know, it's just not the same thing. You know, I think people don't really understand that. we're gonna hop into this next thing right here. I think you guys kind of covered it on the last one, as far as like using lyrics in these Rico cases, but this one's a little bit different.
I might just get hit with the Rico.
Man.
It's about that interview with Fat Joe and Gayle King.
Man.
And the reason I wanted to bring it up is that like there seems to be a lot of buzz with old heads talking about these younger rappers who are just, it's just all cap in their rap. They're not rapping about anything that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to say this, it kind of gives credence to the fact that it might have been par for the course the whole time.
Yeah.
I read the page, but I didn't watch the.
I watched the video.
I can't listen to Gayle King talk, so
it was short, so she didn't really say much. It was just Joe talking.
Yeah, I refuse.
It's crazy.
I refuse, bro.
Joe.
You couldn't
Joe
go
was
to jail high enough for the lyrics I've said on songs, which are all untrue.
Look, man.
That's
he
a
must
wild
got
statement.
he must got some shit coming down the line.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know
that's
what the fuck
like
these niggas done did back in the day, but I don't understand. Like everybody is folding between Fat Joe and goddamn French Montana trash ass talking about fucking coke mean for creation of kings everywhere. Like, are we being dead ass right now, bro? Like, first and foremost, ain't nobody coming to lock up no goddamn Fat Joe. Don't know. Fat Joe ain't did nothing in the world to be locked up right now. The only trouble that Fat Joe has ever given niggas ever is in Def Jam 5 in New York in that fucking story. The only fucking issues that Fat Joe has given us. The only issues that sent me into a rage. I don't know what fucking shit he's done to create problems in the world, but that's the only problem he's ever created for niggas.
That was so specific.
All he did was grapple you and hit you with a goddamn Batista bomb. That's all he would do.
You remember that whole move? That sound like that traumatized
game, sir. I still have the game on my PlayStation 2. I still play it.
Oh shit, man!
I'm very passionate about this, as you can see.
That's wild. I broke 3 GameCubes playing that fucking game, man.
Yeah, man, fuck that game. Yeah, I ain't heard that passionate Coy Leray though, bro. But yeah. But Fat Joe ain't probably committed no crimes since probably 1998, man. He's been a family. That boy live in Miami with his family. So, I don't know how far back the statute of limitations go these days, but I think he's fine. They got to go back to 1992 to probably find. But I just think this is more so covering we know it's been a big, and we covered that last, like you said, pod, where these people citing that, the First Amendment rights, it's my First Amendment right to snitch on myself on the record, so I think this just that whole continuation of that rhetoric in this case, you know what I'm saying, where he's I'm lying in 95. I bet you are, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you still probably open for a civil case too as well. So I just think it's a continuation of that. I just think you got this real pushback, and to me it's just so stupid to me, man. It's just so counterproductive. It's like, bro, we know, first of all, we know y'all lying, because if you was moving dope like that, bro, you wouldn't be rapping. You know what I'm saying? You would not be rapping. Like that would not be your number one goal. Nobody says, I'm making millions of dollars on the streets, let me start slanging records now for a record label. Let me have somebody take 90% of my fucking income and give me 10% back. Give me a nickel on every record I sold. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a drug dealer's mentality. You feel me?
Isn't that what got Meech and them caught up though? Them trying to have their own record label?
It was.
Yeah, but they was kind of trying to wash the money and everything.
My question is, I have a question. So is Pusha T lying? Because Pusha T been like that same dime bag since '94. So Pusha T lying, or does he got like he
compulsive liar?
I'm just trying to figure out what he got going on.
It sounds good though. It makes you driving to work to your 9 to 5. You can hear Pusha T talk about cocaine. It's great.
From what I read, Pusha T grew up in a very nice home.
Yep.
With good people parents around him.
Yeah. Damn, two parents. Damn, that's crazy.
Clarence live at home with both parents.
Two parents. That's crazy.
Clarence's parents have a real good marriage.
Hey man, I had 2 parents.
Yeah, man. I don't believe none, but I will say I heard news about Bad News VA. That ain't they was supposed to be from Newport News. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We
Hey,
can see.
Norfolk's filthy, man. Like,
Oh yeah, that's where my family's
you
from.
know,
Super.
Norfolk's filthy. I got some people out there back when I was fucking doing hooligan shit, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
Norfolk.
kind of always been my, like D said, when I was running and gunning, fucking doing my stupid shit, music like wasn't even in the back of my head, you know. And now that I came out on the other side of it, like I just kind of focus on talking about how dirty that shit was.
Yeah.
You know. And I'd rather relate to those type of people anyway. I just got a homie who got picked up for running unemployment scams during COVID. And he was all on the fucking IG, you know, flexing that taxpayer money. I told him, I was like, bro, you can't play with Fed money like that. They're gonna get your ass.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, it's good. These are burners. I'll be fine. And I'm like, so you ain't gotta be telling people how you're moving like that. Because first off, like you're a lick in the making. You know, nobody's safe. And when you're airing your shit out like that, there's still people out here that get busy. You know, and the people that are getting busy, they're not posting about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I found that article about Push that I was looking for. Give me a second.
Sorry, nigga. I'm trying to come home.
There you go. You see, the boy was trying to play the insanity case in that YSL. One of them dudes who was, I guess he got the murder. That's the one that caught the body, bro. He's turning around, random stuff in court, and I was like, man,
want to. They'll have him in a psych ward with so much goddamn drugs inside of him. He won't even blink.
But if I'm not mistaken, that case is supposed to be falling apart, though, ain't it?
It's supposed to be, but you know, it might not.
That nigga's going to prison. That nigga's going to prison for a while. He might as well.
Hold on. So up here they're talking about that line from Hold On where he's talking about how he sold more dope than he sold records.
Yeah.
And then when he went to touch on it, he was like, I don't think I sold that many records.
That's fucking hilarious.
So that's a roundabout way of saying that he wasn't really moving nothing. I miss clips, man. I miss clips. I still got a nice little cache of clips that I play. That's some good that's good gym music.
Yeah.
Man, I don't.
Malice retired. He's No Malice now, though, dog.
Yeah, I remember seeing No Malice one time in college. Like he came and he spoke to a group of our people for our organization. I had at first I was like, who is this dude? Just telling his story because I was like, I knew his face, but I couldn't like put a picture on it. He didn't introduce himself until like the very end. He was like, yeah, my name's No Malice, and I'm like, nigga, why didn't you just say that in the beginning? I'd have been more engaged. I've been asking questions and everything. Like,
yeah, he didn't want you to bring up grinding.
Oh man, grinding.
Yeah, but I don't know why. You know, Killer Mike also kind of. I don't know. How do y'all feel about that First Amendment joint? That rhyming in general, like self snitching and rhyme. Do y'all see that as like the dumbest thing in the world, or is that like a legitimate thing to y'all, man?
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on if there's tangible evidence out there.
Yeah.
You know, if there's tangible evidence out there, then you gotta be a fucking knuckle dragger to be doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people snitch on themselves all the time. Like you can literally say, "Yeah, bro, I was speeding when I went to work today." Like you ain't got no proof of me actually speeding, do you? So you can't physically go out there and find tangible evidence. Just because I said something doesn't mean that it's 100% true. So you using that in court against me kind of doesn't make sense because just because I said it doesn't mean it's actually valid. Because unless you hooking me up to a lie detector test, again, you don't have no real proof. You just going off of word of mouth. And if freedom of speech is something that we all want to protect and have covered, then why are you trying to use my words against me and you can't even prove that it's true or false?
Yeah, it gotta be a
that reminds
multi-layered
me
thing.
of when I was back when I was still drinking and shit, getting into trouble back in 2016. I got a DUI, and I was fucking hammered. I was hammered, bro. And I was sitting in my parking lot with the car running.
Oh
I
shit!
didn't plan on, but I was just sitting
Throw
there
the
in the
keys in the back.
you know, and I was past the point of no return when it comes to being so drunk you have to be honest, you know. So I get blurped by PD, and before he's even out of the car, I opened the door and turned around and said, "I'm drunk." And the look on his face was like, "Man,
this
what
dumbass.
the hell?" You know, that was some like divine intervention shit, because that really like planted the seed for me to like get my shit together and whatnot. But that just made me think of that. What a fucking dumbass, dude.
I'm drunk. I'm intoxicated, officer.
Arrest me, sir.
Yo, if you would have turned around and put both your hands on the top of the car, bro, I would have been done.
That's hilarious.
Hey, so I got some resentments for this one, because the PD had called an ambulance or something.
He got a hospital bill.
No. Here's the thing. So they called the ambulance. I was like, I don't need an ambulance. The ambulance shows up. PD takes me to county, and then I get the bill for the ambulance that I didn't ride it.
That's wild.
I knew it was the bill. You knew it. Somebody called it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Man, fuck that. The ambulance bill's no joke either. I have a bullet in my ass. I'll walk to the motherfucking hospital from where I'm at.
Yo, I'm about to piss myself.
It's like it was like $1,800. It was like $1,800 for like a 3 mile.
No insurance cover
ride.
that shit or nothing too. Nah, fuck that. I drive myself to the hospital. Fuck that shit.
I'll keep it a bean. I sent that shit to collections. So I was like,
as you should. Yo, guys, I gotta run right quick. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute.
All right, G. No sweat. I want to wait for him to come back before we hop into that Melly's freestyle. Did you guys catch that?
Nah, you have to play it for me, dog. I honestly don't know who that cat is, bro. Until I know
really.
I heard he's messing with some rapper, with some female. Ain't he messing with some female rapper? Chameleon, a chameleon, some chick. I think she's from around here. That's the only reason I even know about him. But I haven't heard anything about him too much. You feel me? So you don't have to.
He's one of those Boston cats, and he got his first break was on the BET ciphers, and then he's just been steady putting out music, and now he's kind of tapped in with BSF. He does a lot of side projects with Griselda, and a lot of those cats out of Philly. Like if you're familiar with OT, they've done some projects back and forth. OT is like my favorite out right now. I really like
OT killing shit, bro. OT killing shit, low key.
Mm-hmm.
Boy can rap. Texas in general, bro. Texas right now is they putting out some dudes, man, who can really spit. Like I think Big X the Plug and got 2 considerations for the bang of the week, man. That people putting out some fucking tracks, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not
him. I say Mike Dimes too. Like Mike Dimes is one that people slept on last year because he literally just popped up out of nowhere. And in my opinion, Mike Dimes should have been one of those dudes who was on the XXL cover because that debut album was a fucking slapper. So, and even other rappers have decided to adopt the Texas, chopped and screwed sound to their projects because Ellie Dollar came out with a project and that whole thing was Texas. And that's a dude from the Bay who is just incorporating that sound in addition to what the chopped and screwed Texas sound is. So, you hear that and you're just like, yo, that's dope. Like, but
Texas always had that palatable sound that can go from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in Chicago when they was playing, Texas shit. You know what I'm saying?
So many different artists. Like from Texas that you really don't know what to expect when you hear it. Like you don't know really what to expect because not everybody takes the whole approach to the chopped and screwed sound. So like everybody has their own individual personality because Max O'Cream from Texas and his shit not gonna sound the same as somebody like a Paul Wall or you get somebody like Tizo Touchdown, for example. He from Texas, but whole different sound. But he can rap though. Yeah. But it's everybody has their own individual shit going on, and that's the best part about
Texas. Texas is big as a fucking country, bro. You ever drove to that damn state?
No, I've never been to Texas. I've always wanted to go, but I've never been.
You ain't missing much, bro. But yeah, it's so different from fucking Houston to Dallas to they all got their own different sound. You know what I'm saying?
You go platinum in Texas.
Yeah. So to me, I think it's probably the most diverse, one of the most diverse states as far as this sound as they go. Like it's hard to tell where some of these people come from. Even UGK sound, you know what I mean? The originators and stuff sound much different than some of these other people from the other parts of Texas. Whereas New York, I know you from New York. I know within 5 minutes if you're from New York, if you spit. Now even the east, the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? You're from the Bay Area. Although I will say Bay Area is different than a lot of the rest of the California cats.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
There's a few cats because I'm in Northern California, and we're not even California. I'm the last county before you get to Oregon, and we call it Jefferson up here because it's not California at all. It's like the Texas of California.
Yeah.
Like, everything changes. Like we're out in the boonies out here. We don't follow none of the laws. We're the only 2A sanctuary in the state, and we kind of been gentrified by yuppies. After the whole COVID thing, people have been moving up here from the Bay and buying property. Hey, you used to be able to get I got a pretty good deal on my house and whatnot, but you used to be able to get a 4-bedroom home on an acre for $200K up here, and it's a beautiful area. I don't know if you guys ever see me post to the timeline when I'm hiking or anything like that. I'm surrounded by mountains. We get 4 seasons, but now we're getting hit by all that Bay Area money that came up here driving the prices up. So it's fuck, dude. This is the last little bastion of California, the last little section of sanity. But a lot of those cats out of the Bay, there's some dudes that are different that don't really have that Bay Area sound. LaRussell's not one of them. That kid LaRussell, you could tell he's from the Bay as soon as you hear him speak. Yeah. But Simba's one of those guys that's really putting out some waves right now, and he's got a really different sound to him. And then there's still a lot guys like AWAX. It's all that East Coco County rap, that, all that norteño shit. He doesn't really do the gangbang rap anymore. He's got a real cool sound. If you ain't heard of AWAX, go check him out. He's got some good stuff.
Yo, I've left here with 5 rappers that I've downloaded as we've been talking their music.
Southside's a Rolodex of fucking rap, bro. This dude.
I listen to tons of music, and I literally have a list of, I think, let me make sure I'm correct. It is over 1,000. It is 1,043 albums that I've either probably listened to or reviewed or will play at some point before the end of the year. And it's niggas on here 2-3 times, maybe 4. I think Jimmy, it's a dude out West named Jimmy Waters. I think he's on here 7 times. Because he just keep dropping music. I'm oh, there's another album. Let me add it to the list.
It's almost as long as your list of don'ts on Twitter, huh?
Men can't do.
My album list is longer than that list, to be honest. Though
that list got me cracking up.
Can't do. Wait,
are you the person that started that list?
The list keeper, bro. You don't know that was the list keeper, bro?
Nah, I didn't know that. Oh shit. I'm amongst sacred company. Thank you, sir. Thank you. What is your Cash App? I did not know that. Oh shit. Keeper,
I told you.
You don't put faces to you know what I'm saying? It's social media. I don't really see people's faces, just see the tweets. That's fucking hilarious, yo.
Yeah, man. But the man that got death threats and everything. Shout out to Southside, bro.
Your Fed file is this big, dog. The CIA got
credit score is -200, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro.
I'm telling you, that's the most prolific follow on my timeline every single day when I open it up. I say, all right, what's Gun getting into today? This is gonna be interesting.
Yo, D Web, where are you from?
I'm from Chicago originally.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been in Florida for quite a little while, man. I've been back and forth a little bit now, so probably got like a hybrid accent going on. And people like, oh, where you from? I don't know where the fuck you from, but yeah, originally from Chicago.
Like you have a southern. It sounds like a southern accent.
But you know what, man? The Midwest so weird, bro.
Yeah,
like we sound southern. That's why I'm grateful kind of where I grew up with as far as musically, because we get some of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we can listen to the Boosie, we can listen to the Jay-Z's, we can listen to the Nipsey Hustles. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a treasure trove. You know what I'm saying? So Midwest is a little bit different. Although it's, you know, even in Chicago, if you go to Kanye's and shit, you can barely tell where someone's from the way they rap. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dope thing.
Like I was in Indianapolis, and like I met some people there, and I was like, yo, y'all sound like my family from Virginia. Like y'all sound country as fuck. And then there was like other people I met out there that they ain't have no accent at all.
Yeah, it's diverse, man. Yeah, diverse.
All right, we're gonna get into this white on white crime.
That shit was hard, yo.
Hey, so this all stems.
Coin that term, dog. You might make some money. Put it on a t-shirt.
Hey, so this all stemmed from MGK released a freestyle like, I don't know, it was like 6 months ago. If you follow Nerd Nash was giving it some buzz because he was like, hey man, young boy can rap. Like it was a cool little freestyle. It was cool, but he had made some comments talking about how there's no other white MCs that can actually rap. But the only person he name drop was Jack Harlow. So that's just a little preface before we get into it.
I mean, I would have name dropped Jack Harlow too, because Jack Harlow kind of ass.
I don't like that.
Ass. It's the worst.
I mean, I feel like MGK kind of name dropped Jack Harlow because he was expecting like a mainstream response, and that's not what he got.
Jack Harlow's trash, bro. Fucking.
Let's get into this.
Play no games. Get it, Philly. No, I talk different
That's
when I get
right
to Philly,
there.
man. Something in the water.
Shout out to Philly.
Yeah. Holy Water, December 1st, man. HLR 617. Shout out to Gil. What up, Gil? Look. Red line in his McLaren. Open up the window to my soul and let him stare me. Brody got no kids, he raised his pistol like a parent. They judge me like I'm Aaron off of pyramids, but I'm still balding. I'm with the hitters, check the batting average. Lemon squeeze over the lettuce, they trying to crack a cabbage. Broke a 10 on a 1, simple mathematics. Put down the perkies, but the addies make me act erratic. Super geek, clip my old hoes, and when my newest freak. I brought her with me out the country like she duty free. Shit get ugly when they see you living beautifully. If money talk, then who the fuck told you to speak? I'm overseeing big budgets, helping other artists. Humbly speaking, I'm too accomplished to be modest. 617 shit, they hate you in the town till you departed. Lil' homie wasn't 21, the gangster got him slaughtered. Gotta finish where we started. Mecca watching over, feeling like I'm on the edge, but I'm holding my composure. She performing in the bed, she throw the cat at me like Doja. Cause when you got that Play-Doh, a bitch will let you mold her. Fiending for some J's, it had us out there serving smokers. Not a foreign is disgusting, I'm a 7-figure grosser. Betting on myself every time I take the over. Betting on myself every time I take the over till it's over. Look, need holy water for my sins, never been this wicked. When people watch my posts and they been suspicious, Brody go to click in the second his finger itches. He go stupid like relationship advice from single bitches. The window to your soul is what I'm staring through. It's known to get torrential on the road that I've been staring through. Life been like a miracle, might paint the Porsche Carrera blue. Cause when you getting fly, these bitches open up like parachutes. Yikes. Where's the roof on the Lambo colored Tiffany? That goofy white rapper try to block me out the industry. Hated on my come up, I remember that shit vividly. He only dissed on Jack because he know I do him viciously. Like picture me being afraid of a gimmick, a lame moving timid, no background, just made up an image. Devil worship, put a pistol, make him pray for forgiveness. Illuminati puppet, I'ma do a Satanist wicked. Face of a meth user, frame of a lizard. Tuck his tail, switch genres to escape from the critics. My youngest tote machine guns, AK in a Civic. Drum on it like Travis Barker if they pay him a visit. Listen, that's just light shit. I know you won't respond back, cause beyond that, you know we really on that. Rapper blood sport, Mortal Kombat. Come on, Jack, I do murder for hire, just send a contract. Look, I'm in the trenches with extensions till I'm fencing with the henchmen. Stick on me like I'm fencing, 100,000 on a pendant. I don't like them, no pretending. Me and suckers, no resemblance. Carve a hashtag into your face, leave you trending. I've $1 million gross and everything I drop is potent. Do my dirt about my lonely case, my gun is turned to rodents. Haters by my balls, so this gun is by my scrotum. Really trapped, they can vouch for every onion that I sold them, every busy that I broke down. Killers in my hometown, whip I blow them where I ain't saying, you know I got the Zoes round. Snake try to slime me out, you know I get it mowed down. Snake try to slime me out, look, can't tell me about no pressure, you just preaching to the choir. All I ever knew was smoke, like I'm breathing through a fire. You can never chase your dreams while you sleeping and I'm tired, but every day I go and get it, we the sellers, not the buyers. Tatted up my passport cause I'm a frequent flyer. Crossing the Atlantic, life get turbulent, don't panic. I'm somewhere out the country where the women speaking Spanish. I got fans around the planet, that's the way that I planned it. Look, state calls, I'm pressing 1, 5 for the feds. Woke up agitated off the drink, deprived from my meds. Couldn't admit he wasn't solid, he was lying instead. Tried to explain it, but the paperwork described what he said. We took trips to Port-au-Prince, fired the Zeb. This life shit meant for living, it's either you alive or you dead. A bullet whistled past my ear and almost got in my head. I know my auntie praying for me while that Bible get read. To see another day. Fuck what a sucker say, kill him with accomplishments. I'm trying to make him suffocate. You chatting about your mans while you heated, that's a sucker trait. Chatting about your mans while you look, the new generation want Gen 5 with attachments. They post all the action. Bitches don't gotta type no more. Money's the only attraction. I can't crash out for the media. Fan satisfaction to believe rappers when police reports tell them what happened. We told 100 shots, but we playing defense. They asking if my album done every other meeting. They don't know I'm with the sharks and I'm diving off the deep end. Addiction in my bloodstream, I'm geeking every weekend. Way too many flaws, ain't no way that we could be friends. Seen that type of shit before, I'm not into repeating. Dudes will get a whole family up before they leave the precinct. Dudes will get a whole family up before they leave the precinct. Yeah.
White on white crime.
That's what you got from that?
White on white crime.
What's up, man? Rap. You heard? That's all.
Holy water December 1st.
Big 617 Holy Water, man. December 1st.
Holy water
Suckers
December
can
1st.
never stop me from getting in this industry. I made this shit off rapping. Come in here doing shit like this. Be real with yourself.
Cosmic Strictly Skills Kev.
I rock with Cosmic Kev.
Yeah. I do, but I don't at the same time, and we can get into that later.
Now, buddy, is he signed to Benny or something like that?
Nah, he's indie.
I could swear I seen him with him holding up a chain.
They're tapped in though. They do a lot of collabs and whatnot. He's been on project with Benny the Butcher, OT the Real. He's got a few Green Lantern projects. A lot of those Boston cats, Boston, Buffalo, and Philly. That's like,
yeah.
There's like a nice little cohesion going on right there.
Okay.
But you know, this did come a week out prior to he just dropped his new tape, Holy Water. I've been a Melly's fan for a minute. I kind of like his I like his freestyles more than his actual music.
Yeah.
Yeah, his records are good, but you know, he does it's like a more little like lover boy type shit on his records. It's a little bit more melodic, you know. And I guarantee like we're not going to hear anything about a response or anything like that. But as far as marketing goes, it was clever because once the reaction channels like No Life Shack and those guys got their hands on this, it really kind of pushed the streams up for that. So I see what he's doing, you know. But he's doing numbers, man, and I rock with him. I've been listening to him for a minute. I like this kind of shit. I like when people just get up there and rap.
Yeah.
It was some couple punchlines in there, but I don't know. That was kind of mid to me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That was middish to me, bro. I think
he was a little. The section where he was actually going at MGK directly was clean. I think like the beginning and the end, there was a little bit more just like street rap shit. Like
it almost sounds like he's trying to censor itself at certain points. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of just kind of going in. I don't know. It could have been a beat. You feel me? But you know, I think he could have came harder than that. It actually sounded like he was coming at Jack, to be honest, in a couple certain points. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe I might have to run that one back a couple times and really catch all the metaphors and shit like that.
I like some good hip hop competition, but I mean, you're not going to get any of that out of MGK. He's a
But you gotta
an
blame Diddy for
Illuminati
that one.
puppet.
He's a punk. He's a punk pop star now.
You gotta blame Diddy. That's Diddy's fault. That's
He
what
went
happened when you
behind
signed
the
to
Diddy
Bad Boy. He was fine when he was independent. He was making his mixtapes. Everything before the Lace Up mixtape drop, he was fine.
I don't know
He
why.
Yeah,
signed to
Chip
Bad.
Off the Block.
When
Chip Off the Block was good, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The second he signed to Bad Boy, that was the. It's like when you play for the Detroit Pistons. Like that's it. You're done. That's where your career goes to die. Like you're done at that point. Like that's
And
it.
down, shots fired.
It is you're done. Like I'm sorry. You can't sit here and try to grow and be better and you stuck in a crappy
Detroit.
Yeah, you stuck in Detroit. Like what are you doing? Like you're not bro, what? If I ever played in the NBA, I would hate to get drafted by the Pistons. It's like that's just literally like signing the Bad Boy. Like I would hate for that to be my only option.
You ever been to Detroit?
I have once, but I was like 8 or 9, so like I don't really remember. I just remember being there for a family. I want to go back. I love Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. Like I love the state of Michigan, just all together. But like I couldn't like to me, like I said, signing the Bad Boy is like playing for the Detroit Pistons. Like you can be productive, but you'll never ever really accomplish anything in life. And just like the Pistons, they had their championship, just like Bad Boy had their heyday where they was on top of the game. But those days are long gone, and they don't know how to recover. So that's basically how it is now.
I blame Megan Fox for all this shit. What's her name? Megan, what the fuck is that? What's her
I
fucking name?
mean, yeah, you can blame Megan Fox, but at the same time, when
Got that
the
boy
rap
in
music ain't
fucking
selling, you
dress.
pivot to something that is going to sell. And, you know, pivoting to punk rock and pivoting to that. Granted, he's not great at punk rock, so I'm gonna just be honest with you. He's not great at it. He was meant to be a rapper. He just signed to the wrong label. He should have stayed independent and worked on his shit until he got to a certain point to where he could feel comfortable to sign maybe like a distribution deal or something. But just to flat out sign to a label before you've even really truly blown up as an artist, as talented as you were, he didn't need that. Like, who signs to the same label as French Montana? Who thinks that's a good idea, bro? Come on now. Are we being dead ass?
He got put on Ocho Cinco, bro. He wouldn't have been on Ocho Cinco if he didn't sign the Diddy.
That's crazy.
You gotta be.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more horrible rap names stem from French Montana. Like just picking a nationality in a state and just rocking with it.
But there's been multiple Frenches in the game. You know, he's not the only one. You got Frenchie with Brick Squad, and I don't know what's up with that French shit, but you've seen quite a few people. And I agree with South said, like, why did you sign the Diddy first and foremost, bro? But yeah, MGK actually can rap when he wants to fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? The question is, do you really want to rap, bro? You know what I'm saying? Are you dedicated to the artistry of rap? You rap when you want to rap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you giving me Miley Cyrus vibes where you want to use the hip hop community to kind of come up and now I'm gonna sing country songs. Fuck you, mother. You know what I mean?
That's real though. That's real.
Like, that's vulture type shit. So it's like if you dedicated to the craft, you dedicated to the craft. You know, it's also weird to me. Like it seems like you can only have like one prime white person in the industry. You know what I mean?
He could have had the career that Jack Harlow is having right now. But because he made that decision to have signed early, because he could have went one or two ways. He could have had the Mac Miller career where everybody loves you. Everybody's going to support your music. You don't need to sign a deal because your music sells regardless. And you can sign a deal later when you've already accomplished everything you needed to do. Or you can go the Jack Harlow route, which is you can sign a deal or be labeled as an industry plant, but you still doing your own thing. Because let's be real, Jack Harlow's an industry plant. So he could have went one or two ways, but either way it goes, just again, and this is not even just to MGK, but just all rappers in general, bro. Signing a record deal flat out the gate because you want the $10 million to get out the hood. That's bro, you in debt, my nigga. And that first album flop, nigga, you screwed. Cause now you stuck, bro. You literally are stuck in purgatory until you either get better as an artist. Which D, you point out to, if you don't care about the music, you don't care about the artistry, you look like a vulture, ain't nobody gonna fuck with your shit.
Right.
So you stuck at that point. Like you stuck in a shitty deal to a contract you ain't trying to fulfill. Now you can't grow, so now you gotta pivot and do some rock music. That ain't nobody gonna listen to.
Yeah, man. I think
I remember when Harlow was getting his steam. I forgot. I think he came on Funk Flex, and he was actually getting his cosign from Sci-Hi.
For real?
And then I don't know. Yeah, if you listen to like his early stuff, it wasn't bad. You know, like he had like a nice little Louisville slang to it. He was just kind of on that what Gunn was talking about, the like that Mac Miller vibe. You know, he was just kind of like just rapping about being a kid, and like he was kind of slick. He had the Sci-Hi cosign, and I don't know what happened in the media in there that pulled him away from that. He got a deal somewhere, and then
he started.
So I got a rule.
He sounds like Tony.
I got a rule at work.
Yeah.
And in the work truck, I tell people on fire, I was like, I got one rule, man. There's no Russ and there's no Jack Harlow allowed in this truck. I just can't listen.
No Russ.
Listen to it.
It's crazy. Russ hate is crazy.
Yeah. No, it's not, man.
I get it.
Russ deserves any slander he gets.
I get it though.
Russ like R&B-ish though. I don't even look at Russ.
I get it.
I don't even look at Russ as like a rap artist, to be honest with you.
I get it.
Hey, he made good songs. I just can't listen to him.
Russ is
but I think also for white rappers, and I think this is one thing, like I don't think niggas want to end up like Asher Roth. I think that's what the fear is. I think people saw what happened because Asher was supposed to be something more than what he was. Yeah. And he never got to, like, he never went to that next level. And then every other white rapper that showed up surpassed him in that way. So every time a white rapper comes along, they see what Mac did. They see what MGK did. They see what Jack Harlow did. They see any white rapper that's like Slim Jesus got to a different level over Asher Roth, like for a little bit.
Name, yo.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's good, man.
Like,
that's good.
if Slim Jesus can get to a different level and Asher Roth can't, so if you coming in, you white, and you see that, you like, yo, what do I need to do to get past the first hit single?
Yeah.
Asher didn't figure that out. Everybody else apparently has.
I feel like Asher also, like, that was like the frat rap time. Like, he kind of popped off the frat rap scene.
Exactly.
And other few more, there was other people that ran with it, but it was like
just like Mac Miller. Yeah. But Mac did that one pivot to his, watching movies with the sound off, and it was like, oh, he can do more. Mm-hmm. He can produce. He can do X, Y, Z. And then you see people like MGK. Oh, MGK can rap with a different cadence. He can speed. He can rap just like how Twista could. So it's like you see that, and you see the levels of growth, but certain dudes just kind of they stall and they fall off, and it's just like
Macklemore.
We don't discuss Macklemore. We don't.
Macklemore.
We don't. That's not a rapper. That's
Voldemort.
That's just a dude who works at Whole Foods. That's not a rapper. Like, he just got.
Did he wear like a Grammy or some shit though?
Yeah, he does.
That's crazy.
Album of the year, right?
Yeah, he won a fucking Grammy, didn't he? If I'm
gonna be honest with you, I don't think I've ever heard Thrift Shop. I don't think I've ever heard that song.
There's no way you've never heard that.
I don't know what it sounds like. I swear to God, if you could play it right now, I would not.
That shit so much. Oh my!
I've never heard. I can't tell you what that sounds like.
I'm gonna pop some tags.
Yeah,
shit was horrible.
Couldn't tell you what it sounds like. I just know it don't deserve to be Good Kid, Mad City for any damn thing.
I'm almost positive dude won a fucking Grammy, bro.
He did. No, he won a Grammy because he sat there in the album he dropped this year called Ben. He tried to sit there and fucking apologize for it. I know. Listen, it's terrible. Don't do it.
A decade later, bro. 10 years later, you want to apologize?
He been apologizing, but it's the fact of how he's been apologizing. He wanted to apologize for winning the Grammy, but he did it to where everybody saw him apologize. So it kind of like makes him look like, hey, you guys, I know this. I wasn't supposed to win. I'm trying to let Kendrick know, hey, you could have this. It's like, bro, you coming off condescending, bro. If it was me, I'd have told everybody, kiss my ass. It's my award. You ain't stand on business. See, that's the problem right there.
Yeah, you should have got that fucking grunt, bro. That was terrible. That was horrible. I'd rather have Iggy Azalea win a fucking grunt. That was terrible, bro. That was.
I forgot about her. I'd be forgetting about her. Remember Krayshawn?
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
White Girl Mob. Oh yeah.
Krayshawn.
Fendi proud of it.
some girl I met back in college was like, "Hey, I know that girl. I beat her up before." I said, "Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Why are you telling me that?"
Well, they were trying to put that one girl with like Brick Squad or something. What was the V Nasty or whatever? They was trying to push that.
I forgot about Krayshawn. She's out of the Bay, I think.
Yeah,
She's out of the Bay area.
They out there, all of them out the Bay. Like three of them.
Everybody had a woman that they were trying to push. Remember Honey Cocaine?
Oh yeah.
Hey. Honey Cocaine Slender will not prosper.
I fucked with her. I was like,
Honey Cocaine Slender not prosper. I'm gonna name drop that. Yo, Honey Cocaine was she was the one. She was next up. They sabotaged that lady. She was.
Yeah, they did. You're correct though. Every group, because I remember who Brick Squad. You from the Georgia, bro? The Cartier, whatever the fucking name is. What happened to her, bro? Like it's just like you get a female.
When Slim Duncan died, Brick Squad was on borrowed time.
Yeah,
like that. That's when it was on borrowed time from that point. So anybody who was legit signed to that label, it don't matter if they was getting ready to push you or not. Like, bro, it was on borrowed time. That beef was inevitable.
It's almost like female rappers fizz out quicker though. You know, they had Vito with Murder Inc. She never got off. You know. I don't know. You know, Charlie Baltimore never really got off. You know.
Now there is a dude out. There is a dude up north, Travis Thompson. He's real solid. I fuck with his music.
Oh, I know the native dude. He's Native American.
He's
off the res. He's off the reservation. Yeah, he's a Native American.
Learn something new. Didn't know that.
No, he's clean. He's cool. I mean, there's not a lot of Native American rappers. I mean, they just don't. You know what I mean?
Dog, I got so much fucking music to listen to.
Hey,
I'm over here downloading everything.
The question is, have you ever been to the
that dude BLP Kosher? Don't mess with that nigga. That dude BLP Kosher, man.
How you spell his name? B-O-P?
BLP. BLP Kosher.
BLP Kosher. He Jewish?
Yes.
Okay, shalom.
He from Florida.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, we ain't doing that this month, bro.
Baruch Hashem, all that.
Hey, man, I tell y'all, man. I know.
He out there with the Israelites.
I had to pull this up because I forgot what Krayshawn looked like. I'm gonna let y'all know these Bay Area white women. Y'all ever heard the term? Y'all ever heard the term Nissan Natalie?
Oh my God,
that's hilarious.
No,
you know who Nissan
no,
Natalie
I haven't
is?
heard it. That sounds hilarious.
She got a white Altima. There's 2 spares on it. All right. She got a primer color right fender.
All right.
All right. And the headlight works, but there's no glass on it. All right.
She has scrubs. Scrubs included in it.
And Nissan
is insane.
Using that, man. Nissan
Natalie's and Trailer Park Tiffany's. Those are the 2 you got to watch out for. Right there.
I don't have no Trailer Park Tiffany's around my way.
Hey, the neighborhood I grew up in, the Trailer Park Tiffany's would make their kids fight, and they'd bet wick on their kids fight.
Oh my God.
All right, and the next subject is because we done ventured down a rabbit hole we are not gonna get out of.
Yeah, we went down. What were we talking about?
Because this is gonna come from a barbershop. Ain't no way.
Man. I made it out.
I made it out.
Mama made it. We got to get it. We added this. D wanted us to add this. Is the whole Joe Budden D1 situation. And I haven't,
that shit, yeah.
I haven't really. I don't know if I pulled up the right video.
I followed it, and I just want to say it's one of those things where you can't be shocked at the shit Joe Budden says nowadays. I know. So the fact that people are is crazy.
So I'm gonna play this. I'm not sure if this is the right one because him saying something about dude could get hit in the street for talking like that when he was talking about D1, that was more recent than 6 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. What happened was it was basically Joe just telling on his pod that the way that D1's been coming at rappers, you know, what we covered before with the whole Jim Jones situation, is that D1's calling out all these artists, and Joe's like, yo, you calling out all these people who actually been in the streets doing dirt. And you know for a fact that, bro, you're not untouchable. Like, people will put hands to you. You will die over this. Like, you might want to chill out.
He's not my son or something like that.
Yeah,
and bro, I'm gonna push back on you on that, bro, because it's a certain little rainbow-haired known snitch,
man,
who's walking around New York and the Dominican Republic, walking around everywhere, didn't get touched, bro. Who pointed out Jim Jones and said, "Yo, this dude is a blood from New York. His mama's name is Alice. He lives at this." He pointed out dudes, man. And shout out to Academics and Charleston White, bro. Them two dudes to me have exposed so many I don't even really particularly care for them two characters.
I don't care for either one.
But they have exposed so many rappers at this point. But it's hypocritical at this point. Like, if Academics ain't got touched,
but Academics ain't get touched because he be hiding in his mama basement.
Man, it don't even matter.
Academics ain't seen something like in the last 3 years, bro.
Bro, how you hear these dudes' records? How they talking like they Willie Falcone, bro? Like they can get anybody touched and all this other shit.
Like, bro, Academics was legit crying over the fact that he got pressed by Saucy Santana. He was legitimately scared when it came to anytime it comes to defending himself.
He Caribbean. You say any gay stuff around Caribbeans, man. They lose.
But I'm saying though, anytime it come to him defending himself, period. It was him. It was from Deezus Romero. It's coming from Drake not wanting to give him attention. Vic Benson. Like, anytime he get pressed, he get like real terrified and scared. And it's almost like,
I don't know.
Why do you cower in fear when you put out all this negative energy? And that kind of goes to how I feel about D1, where it's like, I get that you like a Christian rapper and you praise the Lord and Jesus. I'm not religious, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know the fucking scriptures and shit. All I know is, my nigga, ain't it something in the Bible about cats in the first fucking stone? Is that not what you just did when you called out all these people? So don't sit here and call out all these people and you pass judgment when that's supposed to be against everything that you believe in. That just don't make sense to me. So
that's kind of hypocritical, dog.
I mean, religion itself is hypocritical, but
but if he's a Christian, that's what he's supposed to do, bro. Jesus got his ass fucked up because he was calling out people on their shit, right? If you follow that, right?
And the lesson should have been to shut the hell up after that.
Like that. If he followed, he's like, yo, I'm gonna do my calling, which is call these cats out. If I get crucified, I get crucified. They're actually making his point by threatening them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're literally making his point by threatening him or saying any kind of crazy shit. Because now you can be the martyr. You know what I'm saying? Now he can literally be the martyr that he's setting out to be. You're actually you're validating his shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you might get touched. He might get seen out in these streets. Okay, bam. Now he's D1 the fucking martyr. Now he done change shit, right? So you're actually, if you're looking at the biblical way, if you want to look at it like that, then shit, you're giving him exactly what he wants. You know what I'm saying? If you don't even respond to what he's saying, Jim Jones had we did the follower count, right? Jim Jones got like 2 million followers. D1 got 500K. If Jim Jones ignores what D1's saying, D1 disappears. Yep. If Meek Mills
Streisand effect,
he disappears, right? But when you respond, you actually elevate it. I never heard a D1 song in my fucking life, dog.
It's crazy. I haven't either, but some people have like been on my timeline saying like, oh yeah, I love D1. I fuck with his music. I'm like, bro, I've listened to one thing that's had to deal with like gospel or Christian music, and that came from Kirk Franklin, bro. I don't know anybody else who's making gospel music outside of that.
But that's the way you come up, though. You know that, bro. Like, the way you come up nowadays is you diss people who have a higher following than you, and then you get your message elevated. I'm not saying that's what D1 is doing. You feel me? But I'm just saying if the blueprint is working, it's working. So either way, he look at it. Either he's a martyr or he gets more publicity or whatever. But what his formula is working, whether you hate it or love it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's run through this real quick. It's only a little 3-minute.
No chicks is in here recording.
No chicks moved in here, right?
So whatever you say, no chick gonna have everything up there. Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Who is qualified to speak on hip-hop issues? And how do you get qualified? Is there an application you got to complete? Or is it just based on people that you're cool with? Now, after D1 called out a couple rappers in the industry, Meek, Jim Jones, for basically being hypocrites with their music. Now, D1's message was not met with understanding. The rappers he named basically told him, yo, keep my name out your mouth. Do not use me as an example. Joe spoke about it on his podcast, and here's what he said to D1.
I love his message. I just don't like how he did it.
Why?
I just think that he can get that message out without naming a name.
I mean, in his defense, I think goes out. Yeah, in his defense, I don't think we'd be up here talking about it if he didn't name a name.
All right, I'll roll with Parks. The two things could be true. I still think it's clout chasing.
And it worked.
And I hate them things where, again, I come up here every other week and be like, yo, who are these people? I don't know him. I'm not trying to slight him. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you get qualified first. Tell us who you are first before you decide to just go calling name after name after name. Let me learn about what you said. D1 is his name?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know.
You got other things.
But he might be solidified in his...
He might have qualified himself, but we just don't know anything about it because this is the first time he's been introduced to the public by and large because of this particular message and the bullet that he named.
I don't believe Joe.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Now, a week later, D1 decided to respond back to Joe today. He said, Joe Budden, brother, you just gave the traditional music industry response. You didn't understand that I'm in the industry, but not of it. Man, you literally speak your opinion on other people all the time, but I can't talk about lyrical content. What qualifies you? If you haven't heard of someone, they're automatically not qualified to speak on certain topics. It's refreshing that everyone on your show felt where I was coming from. Big shout out to Ish for speaking up. That means a lot, bro. And shout out to Melissa Ford, Ice, and Parks as well for understanding my why. And shout out to Joe for covering the topic. Difficult problems are solved through difficult conversations. Now, I think this is one of the topics that Joe knew he was wrong, but still got to keep going just for content's sake. Just because you don't know someone doesn't mean they're not qualified to speak on certain issues. There's a lot of people out there that we don't know that are actually putting in the work. You can't automatically disqualify them and their point of view just because you're not familiar with them. And D1 is not a clout chaser. He simply used those rappers' names as examples. Obviously, if you guys watch the video that he called them out on, it wasn't with any ill intentions. Joe is also cool with those rappers that D1 called out. So it kind of looks like Joe was protecting his interests as well. D1 was not trying to put them down. It was definitely making some valid points about him. Hopefully they can bring him up to the podcast. I think this will be a great conversation between him and Joe. So what you guys think about D1's response back to Joe? Push comments below. Subscribe to my channel.
I can't stand homie's voice though. I'll tell you that right now.
Man, I will say I'm on D1 side with this. Because like I mean, and because Joe did this with, I feel like Joe has done this in the past, where it's like you disqualify somebody because you don't agree with them. One has been in the music industry for at least 10 to 15 years. Yeah, he may not be a massive artist. It doesn't mean he's not in the business. You know what I'm saying? And even like Joe, you're qualified to speak on. We could say let's say, all right, Joe, you're not a rapper anymore. You're not qualified, but you're still qualified. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I don't know your body of work, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that don't know who Joe Budden is as a rapper. But just because I don't know your body of work doesn't mean I get to disqualify everything that you said. I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah.
D1 kind of looked like, you remember those earrings from Dragon Ball Z? He kind of looked like Erykah Badu and J. Cole smushed together.
But I think it's too, like, I think you made a great point, bro. Like, how can you disqualify somebody because you don't know their body of work? Like you said, a lot of people don't know Joe Budden's body of work. Bro, when Joe Budden, when I was that Mew music, like, one of my homies from Jersey put me up on that joint, and I'm like, yo, we don't fuck with Joe Budden where I come from, yo. Like, all we know is pump it up, bro. Like, nobody really fucks with his music. It's not like you're a global super megastar yourself, bro. Your biggest heights is when you became a podcaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can blame you for fucking up, Slaughterhouse, to be honest with you.
If you want to laugh, Joe Budden's two top songs on his Apple Music page is Pump It Up and then Pump It Up the clean version.
Wow.
man.
I thought we was gonna at least get the B2K record, yo.
No, that is nope. B2K record, no, by law, no.
Man, he like he's
not,
on
that's not
Def
even the
Jam
top 10.
Vendetta, bro. Come on, man.
Was that Up in the Club? Was that the B2K record?
It might have been. But
Oh, it was up. I think it was up in the
look,
club, bro.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
gonna
up in
just
the
be
club.
real
Hey,
with you because I understand a lot about somebody trying to disqualify somebody for having an opinion on music because people try to do that all the time when it comes to my music reviews. So I don't necessarily agree with Joe Budden trying to disqualify somebody because you've never heard of them, because that's to say like, oh well, because I've never heard of your music, that means you trash. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So just because you aren't aware of somebody doesn't mean they don't have the knowledge or the wherewithal to really give their opinion on something, because you don't know what work they put in. You don't know, my nigga. You speaking ignorant rather than trying to just speak just straight facts. Like if you didn't like what he had to say, you could just say you disagree and explain your reasons and then moved on. But you trying to discredit somebody who probably got more hits than you at this point, like we don't know, but you trying to discredit somebody who put in the same amount of work, if not more, than what you did in the hip hop game, just in their own way, that's kind of lame. So yeah, and plus I would never take somebody serious whose only hit was known for being in a movie. Like without you guys, sir, would we really care about Joe Budden? Like if we didn't have to do it for Little Saint, we wouldn't care about Joe Budden for real.
We were just talking about that earlier about people like MCs who's can't translate into palatable music. I mean, we had touched on that earlier talking about battle rappers. Anybody who embodies that better than Joe Budden, let me know, because I don't really know. Joe can rap, but
Joe
as far
has
as
a
making palatable music,
Joe has a
he's never
fuck ton
been
of
that guy.
mixtapes and albums too for somebody who never did anything.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like I have tweeted this, but I'm pretty sure if I can tweet name 5 Joe Budden hit songs, I'm gonna get Pump It Up 5 times.
Yeah. Dylon.
I don't know any. Like the only other song I know from Joe Budden is "Take a Walk with Me," and again another Def Jam Fight from New York reference, because that's the song at the end of the game when you beat it and you kill Snoop Dogg by throwing him out the window. Like that's it. I don't know any other songs by Joe Budden.
Well, even as far as his podcasting goes, right? I feel as though when he was like kind of ostracized from the music industry, I feel as though his platform was a lot more palatable. I feel as though he was spitting a lot more honest opinion as far as his thing goes. I think he's kind of playing the industry game now, and he's another Diddy signee too. I think he fucks with him over there. I think some kind of management deal or something like that. But I feel as though he kind of like tailors his opinion to people who are powerful in the industry, because he needs those certain interviews, he needs those certain plugs and stuff like that. So it makes more sense to me that he would be more critical of D1 than Jim Jones, because he rather Jim Jones has a bigger following, right? He's a bigger industry person right now, so of course he's going to be more hypocritical or more critical of D1. Who is this guy? Who is this? Who is that? Of course you want to keep your industry plugs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you notice a certain pattern, the only person that he really even beefs with that got a pretty big following is Drake, and I'm almost certain that's fucking like theater, at this point. I think that's a little bit phony, to be honest with you. But you don't see Joe Budden really coming at anybody really hard like that, man. He doesn't have ever since like that podcast took off like it did, man. I think it's kind of, I think he plays a lot of the industry lines, or totes the lines for that shit. You won't see a real out of pocket opinion from Joe Budden, bro. He doesn't, stir up the fucking pot like that, bro.
He ain't trying to lose he ain't trying to lose that money.
It's all about consistent content with him now. That's his whole avenue.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man.
All right. So cover them topics. We're going to kind of get into our guest today, G Samuels, who has just dropped his new EP, Ephemera. I've never really been like too into like the R&B type stuff, but I've always been following your music from the jump. And I just really vibe with the whole sound and tempo of this record. I've been working out to it. the wifey absolutely loves it, so much so that she's trying to tell me like, hey, you need to sing on your stuff, and I'm like, no, that's not me. I don't do that. Don't play me like that. But I want to give a little sample before we get into like your background and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And the one that's been popping up on my daily, like when I hit the Stairmaster and start getting warmed up.
Yeah.
It's that Me and You track.
Yeah.
And I believe it's song 3. Someone give a little snippet.
Infection is the rhythm. It gets inside your body, then your waist just starts to move. And then you get this feeling.
Fade now. Crunk up that bass, bro.
Turn it up a little bit.
And rocking it, rolling, move to the rhythm. Groove to the bass and the drums with precision. Speak your piece before I say mine and put my hands all on your waistline. And we rock the boat like Aaliyah. Oh my God, sweet black Jesus. Pin me to the wall like a Martin Luther pieces. Don't stop, don't quit till they get here peeking. Like, well, what happens next? You gon' blame it on the Jamie if we go have sex. I've been up all night off of Adderall, and I'ma need me a little more alcohol to keep winding and grinding. Slow dancing, remind me why I met you here tonight in the first place. Girl, I want you so bad in the worst way. Infection is the rhythm. It gets inside your body, then your waist just starts to move. And then you get this feeling. Like no one's in here dancing on the floor but me and you. Me and you, girl. Like there's no one on the floor but me and you. Me and you, girl. Like there's no one on the floor but me and you. Now tell me what you like. The vodka with the Genji, tequila or the Henny. Love over running, don't do me like your Jenny. Took a lot of gumption to get you in this function. I've been through a lot of nothing. Tell me you feel something. Tell me your heart jumping. Tell me your bass thumping. Tell me your fears trusting. Tell me your love coming. Tell me you're not judging. Tell me you like contact. In this moment here for you is like combat. I need that hand to hand, that face to face, the waist to waist, breath to breath, the step for step. Nothing less till nothing's left. Boy, tell me that you need me. They tell me that I'm blind. I wonder so shade. Tell me, do you see me? Tell me if you still want to jump to the right song. Tell me if you still want to when the lights on. Infection is the rhythm. It gets inside your body, then your waist just starts to move. And then you get this feeling. Like no one's in here dancing on the floor but me and you. Me and you, girl. Like there's no one on the floor but me and you. Me and you, girl. Like there's no one on the floor but me and you.
That shit just puts me in a good mood, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? It really does. It really does put me in a good mood. And you're, I follow you, so I see how much time you actually like spend in the studio.
Yeah.
And like, your production quality is amazing.
Thank you.
You know,
thank you.
Every decibel, I'm really starting to get some strides with my sound quality and stuff like that. And I realized that like you could be as talented as you can, but if you can't make it sound the way it's supposed to sound, then you're really just wasting.
Yeah.
You know.
Facts. You know what, man? I don't know if you had a comparison, but I hear a little Anderson .Paak, bro. I just get around it. You know what I mean? That may be a bad. You may be like, hell no, I don't sound like that motherfucker. But I get like an Anderson .Paak vibes. Let's see, but I can still hear the MC influence in you. I can hear the hip hop influence. So you know, I gotta ask you, bro. Like, what are your influences as far as doing music and shit? Like, what do you hear? Or what you trying to put out there? What unique about you trying to put out there, bro?
So my influences, so my influences, I would say early on in life, like I feel like I have a different influence from like different years. So like one of my aunts, she used to be married to Leon Huff from Gamble and Huff. So like as a kid, a lot of the sounds of Philadelphia is all that played throughout the crib. When the time Speaker Box and Love Below came out, I was big into like Andre 3000's album, The Love Below. So, and then like as I started to get older, D'Angelo, Wale. As far as rappers go, Wale, Jay Electronica, Big Crit. They're some of my favorite rappers.
Okay.
So I mean, it depends on the phase of my life. I feel like there's a different rapper or a different artist for the different phases. So now I would say my influence is I have a different perspective because I'm more so of a writer now. So now I try not to listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I try not to ingest a lot of music sometimes because I don't want to regurgitate what I'm hearing because that's just natural. Whatever you're hearing, you're gonna end up pushing it back out. But yeah, I would say depending on what phase in life I'm in, there's a different artist for that time. I could probably break it down by year. Like high school was a lot of Coldplay, Nerd. And then that's the blog era. So like Charles Hamilton was fucking my favorite rappers during that time.
Charles Hamilton. With the Charles Hamilton out the bed, bro.
It depends. It depends on what era of life I'm in.
I got you.
What age did you kind of not only get into music, but what age did you realize that you kind of had something? Because I feel like anyone who like starts becoming a creative, like there's always like for me it was in like 6th, 7th grade, people were like scratching scissors on the table, beatboxing and stuff like that, and I just started messing around. But everybody was messing around because everybody thought that they could do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
What age were you at when you started to realize that like, oh, I'm actually I got that creativity bone and I actually got something here that I need to build on and actually pursue?
So for 4th grade, I played saxophone, and I ended up quitting because 5th grade I played saxophone, and I ended up quitting because I didn't like my teacher. So when I went to middle school, I signed up for choir, and I told my mom, I'm like, hey mom, I'm gonna sign up for choir, and I was like, my teacher wants me to join the a cappella group, and my mom just looked at me and was like, what? Okay, if that's what you want. So I signed up for I tried out for the a cappella group and I made it in 6th grade. So I would say around 6th grade is when I knew like I can sing somewhat, right? It wasn't until high school that I started jumping into like 14, 15 is when I started jumping into rapping or learning how to rap. But it was 6th grade when I started singing. At least singing like in public. Like I kind of always just did it to myself, but it's more for like putting myself out there and singing.
I think that's a real like common age to start kind of putting yourself out there like that, because that's the age where like you really start. I mean, you start focusing on girls first of all.
Yeah.
But you really start building like a persona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every kid's kind of outside of personality traits and like that. Every kid's kind of the same up until about 10, 11 years old. You know, when you really start to kind of flex a little bit, I find that to be a real common age, you know, that 12, 13, 14. And what type of, outside of saxophone, I actually played, a lot of people don't know, I played jazz trumpet for 5 years. And I can't play anymore because my hands are too fucked up. I mess my hands up boxing, working, that kind of stuff. I wish I could, but have you tried or have you thought about like expanding, diving into different instruments and whatnot? Because I know you boys bilingual. I've seen some snippets of you getting into the Spanish music. So how many different avenues have you been kind of looking towards when it comes to that kind of stuff?
So the first question about, so I play no instruments at all. So I've never, outside of the saxophone, I've never played like any instruments, but because I can do things by ear, I can tell people, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. So like, I just never got that. Not that I don't want to do it, but I'm just like, at this point in my life, it's not really a thing for me. But as far as like what I want to do, like I said, I'm putting myself out there as an artist, but I'm really a writer. Like that's my bread and butter. That's what I'm good at. So so I have a friend who's she's a bachatero, so she sings bachata music, and she got away from music for a while. So we were just chopping it up, talking. She's like, "Yo, can you write me a song?" And I'm like, "I mean, I could try," but I was like, "Let's try to write a song together." Like I was like, "I don't really know. Like, let's try to write a song together." So we sat down one day, and I found this loop, and I was like, I love Latino women. That's my fucking addiction. So that's my problem. So
I got a Latino wife in the kitchen right now, dog.
Yeah, you know. So we got together, we sat down, I found this loop on Splice, and I was like, I remember I was dating this chick, and I was like, yo, how do you say shut up and look pretty in Spanish? And she said it, and I was like, I went back that night, and I got the melodies down, and I had the hook down. So I brought it to my homegirl. I'm like, yo, can you help me with this? Like, I want to write this for somebody, and let's try to see if we can sell it. So we did the record, and then that record turned into, yo, what are you doing this weekend? So we just kind of started cranking stuff out. I'm fucking learning Spanish on the fly. I'm like sitting here trying to figure out, yo, how do I say this? How do I do this? How do I pronounce this? So as far as like what I want to do, I want to show people that I'm not one-dimensional, and that no matter what arena or ring you put me in, I can give you a record. I just need the opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I feel that deep down, because I kind of got pigeonholed as like a political rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like this whole, and I hate being in that category. I mean, it was kind of a mistake on my own part diving into that type of stuff, but I just feel like I needed to say some shit, and I did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my whole next project is in a similar type of thing, because I know that type of feeling, like when you feel like you're gonna get pigeonholed into a certain category. And it kind of builds like a little grudge in your heart to be like, no, like I'm a real music head. Like I'm gonna show you guys, like I can do a little bit of everything, you know. But I understand like the not spreading yourself too thin when it comes to like learning different instruments and stuff like that, and not consuming too much of other people's music, especially during the creative process.
Yeah.
Because humans are sponges, you know. Even if you don't think you're gonna kind of relay some of the stuff you're listening to. I mean, we all probably listen to tens of thousands of hours of music every year, and that's going to reflect, and it's going to be magnified if you're in the creative process, especially. So I totally get that. What type of outside of just like getting your music, getting more eyes on your music, which is tough, especially with Spotify playlisting and stuff like that. I don't know how you feel about it, but I've always been on the page where like I'd rather have 10,000 people that really rock with me than instead of having 1 million people that know my name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when it comes to that, like as far as marketing and like your goals, what's kind of your end game when it comes to that?
So my end game is literally, I want to get my song synced. If it's TV, movies, commercials, to me, that's where I feel like my art can live. I feel like I make music that fits the mood of movies. I don't really feel like I make hit records. I could try, but it's also one of those things where it's like, you never know, right? I like my shit, but I got to convince millions of other people that this shit is what I think it is, you know? So I'd love to get my music synced. I have the ability to pay somebody to do playlisting and stuff for me, but I'm just like, it's a waste of $1,000. I could take that $1,000 or $2,000. I'll go buy a camera and I'll go shoot my own content around my project. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have the visual. You got to basically become a content creator now in order to push your music. And it's annoying because I just love the background. Like, I just love writing for people. So, like, if I can write for people, I'm happy. But I realized, like, all right, people have to also see who you are in order for you to, you know what I'm saying, be able to get in front of them or get in the rooms with them. So yeah, it's I side with you. Is like I'll take 1,000 people or 400 or 500 listens over a bunch of fake streams that don't amount to much. You know.
Well, what's interesting, you're talking about getting your stuff synced with themes of TV shows. The first thing I said after we played that Me and You track was, yo, that just puts me in a good mood.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So as far as crossing that T, when it comes to crossing that T, I think you're doing a wonderful job when it comes to that. Because anytime you put on some music and it's going to make you feel something, that's really a huge separation that not a lot of people who make music get.
I appreciate that. So like 2021. So mind you, I started making music in 2000 and I started messing around freshman year of high school, but I put out my first project the night of project graduation. You know how like when you graduate as a senior, y'all had a giant party. I don't know if y'all had that. Did you have like a giant party after the graduation?
Did you do a project for your senior project?
No, I didn't. I didn't have a senior project. No.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did the same thing. I released a little stupid mixtape. I wish I could find it, but man, it was ass, dude. I tell you that.
So I came home and dropped that shit. I was in a rap group. That's how I started out. I was in a group. I came home, uploaded that shit to Dat Piff, and we had like 1,000 downloads that day. And bro, we were like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, we got all these downloads." Da, 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 da. We were going crazy about this shit. And that's literally how like it kind of started of me just putting music out and being in music. But I got my first placement in 2021 or 22. There's a video game called Riders Republic. It's like a BMX video game. And the group that I was in, we did a song in 2012 and it got synced in 2021. So that's when I realized, and the placement was for $3,000. And that's when I realized like, okay, like it doesn't matter when you make a song, like that shit has value. So even if you can't see it right away, like don't just throw it to the wayside. Put this shit out. Let people get ears on it because you never know what it can actually do for you.
Big facts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy. How many years went by? What's that? 9 years?
20. So we made the song in 2012. We put it out in 2014. So yeah.
And then just some dude that was doing the music for a game just stumbled upon it 9 years later and ended up with a placement deal.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's how I tell people, like, no matter what you do, if you write, if you do stand-up comedy, whatever it is, just if you're creative, you have to create because you can't let the outcome deter you.
Yep.
You gotta fall in love with the process and not the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get deterred too by the age thing and stuff like, oh, you can't be a rapper or a musician. Hip hop is notorious for that too. You know, it's like, oh, you 31, you're ancient. You can't make fucking, you know what I'm saying? But I find it interesting that you kind of hit on the writing thing, man. I've been in studios and you know I dabble in music and stuff like that, but I've been in studios where people can't literally write bars. They can't count a 16. They can't count a bar, and they're making music, legitimately making music. Actually, some of the biggest artists started off writing, from the Neos to the Sean Garretts, Carrie Hilsons of the worlds, the Victoria Monets, like all of them started off writing. You're right. That's where the talent lies. Because honestly, you know, if you get in a studio, man, you put enough bells and whistles, they can make you sound good.
That's good. Yep.
They can make you sound all right, right? And you hit on thing that kind of hit at me too. Is like, yo, like between all these platforms, I probably have 3 platforms, right, that I dabble in this podcast. I've never listened to a whole episode of any podcast, anything I've ever did, because I can't fucking listen to it, right? I hear all the flaws. When you be like a creative and you make shit, I hear every flaw and everything I do. I don't want to listen to other people's shit and all this other stuff. So I kind of hit on you with like that. That took me to heart. It's like, oh, yo, I cannot listen to my own shit. I can't do this. I don't want to be influenced by that. So so what is your creative process then, since you kind of don't really listen to nobody else or whatever? Like, so how does
my creative process is when I'm in like, so during the pandemic, I got a Joe Byron check. I took that shit. I bought a mic. I bought an interface. I bought a laptop because everything was shut down. So I told myself, yo, I'm gonna write a song a day, and I would post every day during the pandemic. And I think I did during that time. I think I wrote 100 songs, and literally, it's just me. It's been me mumbling into my computer, like mumbling melodies. Then I'll go back in and fill in the lyrics, and I kind of do it like that. But I always start with loops. I get a loop one from Splice. I loop it. I sit, listen to it. I come up with melodies and try to bounce ideas back and forth. And I'll just send what I got to my friend. Like, hey, what do you think about this? So literally, my process is in my bedroom. And then I write it. I go to the studio. I record it. Then I got a mix engineer and master engineer. But my process literally starts at my computer, at my desk. I get up, I just mumble some stuff, and then I figure it out from there. Or people will send me stuff. Like I have friends that have asked me to write records for them. They'll send me stuff. I'll write it. Same thing. Mumble the melodies, come up with the lyrics, kind of write the song on the fly. Then send it to them like, yo, let me know what you think. And I'll go and tweak it. And then we'll go same thing. Go to the studio, clean it up, and kind of do it like that. But yeah, it's the best thing I ever did was pick up an interface and a laptop, because one placement paid this shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Big facts. Big facts.
You ever, I think a big mistake that a lot of people make is they focus on creating like a whole song or a whole thing like at once instead of just like getting down and writing.
Yeah.
Because if you just practice the process of writing, a lot of times a 4-bar section or like an 8-bar bridge can actually snowball into something else down the road. Yeah. That's why it's important. Like you got to save everything you ever do.
Yep.
Everything, because if you write some stuff, just the process of practicing writing, you might be working on something else down the line. I've ran into this numerous times, and then you'd be like, oh wait, I kind of remember something from this. I go check the date in my notebook, and I was like, man, it fits like a Tetris piece.
Yep.
You know, so I think people get too caught up on, I got to write this whole song like this, instead of just writing and then doing your little, you know, like making your little porridge in the kitchen, like adding some spices and pulling stuff out the cabinet that you already had.
Yeah.
That can kind of snowball into some really productive stuff.
So if you notice, like on my EP, there's usually 2 features on every song. So because I was in a group, I'm so used to only having to write one verse. So even now when I create, I'll write the first verse and the hook, and I always leave the second verse open, because in my mind, because I'm so used to doing things as a group effort, I'm either going to find somebody to write the verse for me or find a feature to put there. So I never write full songs. There's rarely, I maybe have written one full song. I usually will keep it open. Then I'll either come back to it, but I usually try not to write it out in full, because I feel like somebody else hears something I can't, or somebody else will see something I can't see because I'm too close to the music. So I'd rather bring somebody else in to see what they hear or see or feel than for me to just be like, oh, I have to be locked into this thing that I did.
Smart.
Not only smart, man. That's a good sign of like maturity, as far as like not having insecurities about your stuff.
Best
you know what I mean? Like being willing to let other people kind of pick your stuff apart.
Yeah.
Because people are like real stingy with it. Like,
yeah,
especially in rap, like everybody thinks their shit's the best, regardless. You know, so being able to put it out there, not as an unfinished project.
Yeah.
And letting people pick it apart, because people are scared of that. You know, one of my favorite, when I need a good chuckle, I go on YouTube and I watch those videos where they play like Young Thug recording pre-master, pre-mixing.
Yeah.
And I always get a really good laugh out of that, you know. But there's a lack of talent there that you really don't have to deal with. If you can send your unfinished stuff off, let someone pick it apart. That just shows like a huge amount of humility, you know. So whatever you're doing when it comes to that, it's working, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I got like so my friend John Smythe, he produced Me and You. So John Smythe just got nominated this year for a Grammy for Summer Walker's project. But a lot of people don't know is, and I can't wait till this comes out and I can show and talk about him. John is one of the most prolific producers of the last 10 years, and nobody knows his name. So any chance I get to say John Smythe, like I will shout it from the rooftops because he works for Splice. He does a lot of royalty free stuff. So like so many of his sounds have been used on major records, and he can't say it and he can't get the credit for it. But I'm like, I'm gonna carry that goddamn torch, bro. Because not only did you give me an amazing album, but your sound is the sound of music right now, and nobody knows it. So shout outs to John Smythe, my boy Cam as well. Me and Cam started in a group together. That's like my right hand man. We've been best friends since 14, and he sings all the hooks. So like, I can sing it, but he's a better singer than me. So why would I sing and the hook if I know that he's going to be able to do it better? So we usually will team up to write the hooks together. Either he'll do the melodies or I'll do the melodies, and he'll help me with the lyrics, or like he might have the melodies and I might have the lyrics. But like, music to me is a team sport. And so like if I can bring the Monstars together, I'm gonna bring the Monstars together every chance I get. And shout outs to my girl Dom and Frankie Hill, who are both on that project. They're two amazing artists. Dom is one of the coldest singers. Frankie Hill has the second verse on Me and You, and he's one of the best rappers out of Jersey, South Jersey right now, even out of Jersey, period, right now. He's a cold artist. So when you guys get a chance, look up Frankie Hill. He's super cold. I love that dude, man. Yes, my nigga John. Yes, that's John Smythe, man. Yeah. So Smythe, he works. He does. If you ever go on Splice, you guys look up Soul Surplus. He works with Soul Surplus, but he also has his own brand coming out with Splice. I don't remember the name, but he's got his like own kind of umbrella that he's branching out with. So yeah, shout outs to Smythe, man. Dude is one of the coldest guitar players I know. One of the coldest musicians I know, bro. He's fucking amazing, dude. Great dude, man.
That's dope. Just FYI, Bobby Green just got knocked out, bro.
He got knocked out?
Man.
Yeah,
knocked the fucked out, bro. Woo!
Them motherfuckers
I know they got bare knuckle on and whatnot. But hey, G, we really appreciate you coming through, man. Like, I'm glad that I'm home and I'm able to like be here and be part of this. I mean, thanks to D putting this together. Southside for being a part of it.
Thank you.
It really got me when I was out in the woods and stuff, like just checking in and stuff like that. It was just like another little fun thing to like keep tabs on. And G, it's been cool watching your process. We've been linked up through the HBTY community for a few years. We've been bouncing ideas back and forth with each other, and we'll continue to do so.
Yes, sir.
You know
Thank
what
you,
I mean?
Appreciate it, man.
You got any plugs or anything you want to get off before we get out of here?
I guess I'll plug my album. Ephemera is out right now. My handle on all social media is Naughty by Nature, NAWTYBYNAYCHA. I am a Jersey nigga through and through. South Jersey. So when you guys like brought up the Philly rappers, I was like, yeah, I'm right outside of Philly. So
that's funny because I asked you that earlier in the day.
You asked me if I'm from PA, and I
had a feeling that you were from PA. I'm
literally, bro. I'm 5 minutes from the bridge to Philly, so Philly's got a big influence on me. Like, if you hear how I talk, you'll notice like sometimes I'll say John a lot or water.
That's why I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say water to save my life. I gotta think about that shit. That shit is water where I'm from.
Hey, it's not like that Baltimore accent though.
No, man. No, I got the South Jersey accent. But yeah, man, music out. Like I said, shout outs to everybody who was involved in the project. Cam De La, Dom B, John Smythe. You can look up all these people on social medias. They're amazing artists. They allow me the space to be who I am. And I'm not much when I don't have those people in my corner. You know what I'm saying? We all need good people behind us. So shout outs to them.
Beautiful. Anybody else got any closing?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to the guest, man, G Sammons, man. Appreciate you, bro. I can tell when somebody genuinely gives a fuck about music, cares about music, and I can hear the way you talk, man, that you really care about the art form as a whole, man. And that's very refreshing to hear, man. I think a lot of people in the industry for money, in the industry to trying to get their name out of fame, whatever they look for. But I can tell when somebody genuinely loves the art form as it is. So salute to you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Outside, my dude, bro. Through, man.
Yeah, man.
You know,
shout out to our guest, man. He give a shit. He know what he's talking about.
Shit. He knows the shit too.
And that's the biggest thing when it comes to me. When somebody's in the music industry, they're making music, they want to be involved with the concept of the art. Yeah. Rather than just making a bunch of fucking songs for money. Yep. Like that is something I appreciate. So thank you for taking time out of your day to come and you know hang with us, talk with us and everything, man. We appreciate you.
I said like I left here with a shit ton of music, man. I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down and fucking sit in the dark and just blast this shit and see what, I don't know, maybe somebody will spark some creativity.
Facts. Salute to Cam too, bro. Hold down the hosting duties, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, man. I ain't think I was gonna get this much time, but she little one cool, chilling in the back. So I appreciate that. You know, man. Was able to come on and talk to y'all, man. But you know, if you ever want to come on, brother, you know, anytime, man, just come right on, bro. Just let me know. We'd be honored to have you on here, man. I'm always looking for people to try to push this platform, like you said, like you trying to live out your music dream. I'm trying to do the thing where I may not be in the music generally, but I want to push this platform where we kind of take control of the art form and the way that we see it in our perception out there. So that's why I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna push this hip hop high society shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my team who always supporting me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wouldn't be shit without these people here, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. All right.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see y'all next time. And go follow us on Hip Hop High Society on X. Subscribe to the YouTube. I think the Twitter handle, I still say Twitter. I'm not saying X. Twitter handle is hop_high. Hop_high. Show some love. We're pumping out content pretty much every single day. And stay tapped in with us. We'll stay tapped in with you.